that's about where we left off anyways. So we're at the bridge.
All right. So, and if we are attacked, we can defend ourselves. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Just hire one of the kids. They'll give you the details. There's actually some more fun to it than just that. He smiles.
I see.
And he starts heading back to the river. Creek. So, do you want to go into town? Do you want to stay on this side of the bridge?
Mal's hopping around on either side of Rick here, like, this is looking cool. Oh, there we go.
Walk.
Come on.
And this year we'll continue across and wait until Derek is out of earshot.
Yeah, he heads on back, taking the long way this time. Shouts in that little building that as he walks by, not the one with all the food in front, but the other one. He goes, you hear him go, visitors! Outsiders! As he keeps walking by.
All right. Monsieur will make sure that the whole conversation from Derek gets repeated to everyone to make sure everyone's aware of what's going on. And ask if we want to hire a guide.
First instinct says no, but another part of me says there might be some value in that. I would just be worried about what that guide would overhear, so everyone would have to mind their tongues or stuff his ears full of cotton.
Indeed. I think that would be the name of the game here. We need to mind our tongues and be very careful about what we say and what we do. And for those of you who are a bit more morally upright, whatever you see, do not attack anything.
Orden gives a pointed look at Mal and said, might help if we don't give our real names too.
Okay, I'm Lamb.
Who?
Lamtherian.
Just say your name backward. Starting with the last name.
Ramithrielm Ninwar Leb.
I'm afraid I won't be able to remember that. Could I get that in writing?
No, I have no idea how to write that. Well, actually, I do. I guess I was right backwards, but it looks, Lamb. That's good, Lamb.
If mine was backwards, it'd be Sack Nidro. There it is, Sack Nidro.
I guess that makes me Odo.
Yeah.
Nah, go by Udo. You'll throw them all off.
All right, then if you're doing this, then you see he sort of calms himself, takes a breath, and brushes a hand over his face, and his whole expression kind of changes to be slightly less calculating and more vacant than it was before. You can call me Willem Lanson, just fresh out of the village, ready to come in and see and find some adventure here. How does that sound for all you guys?
Nice to meet you, Willie.
Please don't call me Willie.
Oh.
Just Will will do for friends.
Will?
You know, I'm just going to leave you in a dragon's lair and go home without you.
Aww. Can we go check out the inn?
Sure. So the town is, well, you probably saw the original picture I posted, not as cheerful as it looks here. It's a lot darker. There's lots of mold and stuff growing up the side of the buildings, trees, stunted trees, but anything that looks like it gets more than a year or two old, they chop it down and use it for something. So there's more of this little stunted pieces all over the place, trunks.
There's some really nice filth over here, guys.
Yeah. You can see that there's a crow's nest ahead of you with a dead person in it. His legs just dangling out. He's in the stage of decomposition.
Oh, not like a crow's nest as in like a ship's crow's nest.
No, but I think that's what they're called, isn't it?
Not sure. You could be. There will be.
I don't know if that's. I think that might just be in my head because I couldn't find it with Google on that term. So I don't know what it's called otherwise. But there's one right there. A gibbet, as I know, is the thing you hang people from. But I guess that's a good thing these aren't in my dictionary.
James Nidro will send Gary up to the peak here and just tell him to keep a general eye on town and let him know if anything.
So from the peak over there, he can tell you that there is at least 1,000 crows crowded together on a rooftop across the way over there. You can start to hear them just a little bit from here. And they're all just sort of sitting there roosting on. Every once in a while one flies off or so forth, but most of them just look like they're just hanging out there on that rooftop. But
On
a
one
lot of them
rooftop?
turn to watch the bird land.
On one rooftop?
On one rooftop.
Is it the speckled one here that I see?
Yes, those are all crows.
Gary will relay that to Orden, and Orden will relay it in lower tones to the rest of the party. There's one building appears to be covered in crows. They're eyeing Gary like a Thanksgiving fucking meal. I don't know if Thanksgiving's a fucking thing.
Just so you know, that the just remember that we're dealing with Gnawbones here. We got no idea what she can do. So for all we know, all those birds could be hers.
I wonder if that's her house.
So, in
We
that
might-
case,
We might seem
Gary-
less suspicious if we split up and just search around alone.
Maybe we should all go and pick it in. Do you want to go to the cheap one here, or do you want to go to the nicer one on the other side of the village?
Well, I'll be looking for information. I found the best information is usually in the crappiest places.
Oh,
I hear that.
I guess you're the expert on that, so let's go in. Although I'm telling you, if the rooms look filthy and nasty, I'm going to the other one.
Well, I don't say we sleep here, but let's at least stop and see what kind of swill they're offering and get some information.
Delicious swill.
Just for flavor, as Gary sees them and they're all eyeballing him, he raises his paw, his little three-pronged, and gives them the little bird finger and then disappears into the pocket dimension.
Okay.
Oh, well, that for sure screams magic user.
Yeah, but it's
Well-
not like magic users are... I mean, I'm not the only one here, you know?
Lamb's gonna check out the produce and see if it's any good.
It's okay. Everything travels. You can tell by just looking around that they don't produce anything here. Everything is brought here from somewhere else.
Actually, James, that is my assumption, but in this world, magic users are relatively common, right? We've
Yeah,
seen...
exactly. Every village will
Okay.
have somebody of some level.
Cool.
So, is anyone currently in the gibbet?
That first one, a dead person. There's one person in the cage there, dead. Looks like they've been out in the sun for maybe a week or so.
Any signs or anything saying what their crime was?
Nope.
Okay.
Looks like most of his clothes have been torn away from his body and his shoes are gone. You can tell by looking at the cage that they were ripped off him while he was inside the cage.
You know, that man we met at the beginning seemed to imply that there was some things for sale of particular interest here. Should we look into that?
So those two little lean-to tents behind you there, you see 8 boys, 4 in each one of them. They're all young, beautiful little children, unnaturally beautiful actually. And 4 of them are dressed up rather nice on the nice tent, and there's 4 of them underneath the white one, it looks more like little dirty urchin type children. But yet they're all still unearthly beautiful children. And they're watching. Some of them are just hanging around, really not paying much attention. One of the rich kids looks a little interested and is watching you, sipping on something.
Is this the place where they said the guides are?
Yes, that's these things right there. And by being my children, we're talking under 10.
Yeah, children, not adolescents.
Right.
All right, they don't have a minder or anything. They're just basically just kids there,
These kids
just by themselves.
just sitting there watching. They're pointedly ignoring, each group is pointedly ignoring the other group.
You guys head inside first. There's something I want to do out here.
You gonna hire a guide?
No.
We're not starting fights, right?
I'm more curious than anything else.
I think I shall stay with you if you do not mind.
No, I believe that would ruin what I'm going to do.
It is fine. I shall watch my way then.
Well, if anybody want to go inside, you don't have to wait for me. Go ahead and give it a shot. Let's see if the damn things work.
All right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Once they all head inside, I'm gonna do that thing real quick, James. I'm just going to once they all head inside, I'm gonna ask that dagger that reveals who the largest threat is, because it's just me standing with these children.
Oh, I
I'm
see
gonna
what you're
ask
saying.
I'm gonna ask it which one of these is the largest threat.
Okay. Did that door work? Did anybody get transported to a different map?
No.
Maybe I should double check that the API's turned on. That would probably help
that'd
too.
be
You know, I
Go
don't
up in
even
the door.
see. Yeah, I don't see it. Hold on. That's naughty. All right. As I'm doing that, everybody starts stepping into the building, leaving you out there alone with the kids. Two of the kids start looking a little interested. One of the younger boys misunderstands you're standing there, and you see him. He sort of starts giving you a sly smile and starts trying to like maybe try to seduce you. You think?
I see. What does the dagger say?
The dagger tells you that the weakest one is one of the little boys over in the other tent, and the strongest one is the young 10-year-old or 9-year-old boy who's trying to seduce you right now for some reason. You think it's a boy. They're so pretty though; it's hard to tell. Could just be like little, what do you call them?
Halflings?
Castrati. Yeah, no, well, halflings maybe, but they're humans. They're just small humans, children.
After making note of this, I'll head inside.
Okay. And you could tell that was gonna be a bit of a challenge to take out that little child.
So Willie's going to be assigned to basically to sort of just quietly spy on the kids and see if they say anything in our absence when we leave.
Okay, so spinning up sandbox. Let's see if it works next soon here in a moment.
maybe you shouldn't stand on it.
I gotta clean all the little cat things out of the sandbox to make it work, and then it's fine.
As we're standing out there waiting for the door to open.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of creep up.
Well, someone give that door a shot again. Try to going in and out of it and see if it actually does anything.
Oh, took me in.
Hey, I think it's changing maps. We're in business.
Hey.
So it doesn't matter if you drag and drop or if you use the arrow keys to move yourself onto it.
No,
Yeah.
it does not.
I
And my
dragged and
thinking
dropped.
is that there's only one way to get in and out of those things, and so if you exit elsewhere in the building, just out of play, take your token, drop it back on the map to get out again.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's just one way in and out of the maps.
It's not letting Thorin through for some reason. He's not allowed in the bar.
Well, yeah,
I can't
dragonborns.
believe they don't serve dragonborns.
God damn it.
Let me check something on this map. That's weird. We were having problems with the other day too when we were.
We don't
playing
have
with
any mugs that would fit in your mouth.
I use a keg.
Norden's not in there yet either. It looks like.
Orden's
There he is.
I'm in here.
The Odin popped through.
Okay, so.
The guy should have warned us about the no Dragonborn rule.
Jerk.
Goddamn. Derek.
I was in, and then I just got kicked back out.
All right, well, let's try one more thing there. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the map. I'm gonna delete your token and put you back on the
Right,
map.
yeah,
See if it
go
makes a
ahead.
difference.
Well, that's so weird because I was in there, and then it.
That might have been me trying to get you off the token, so I could see. Okay, now I know there's one on here. Try one more time, Brandon.
Oh. While this is all going on,
There it goes.
Hey, okay. So you actually, for anybody who wants to set these up themselves, you have to have everybody's token on the map somewhere, usually on the GM layer. And then what it does is it drags the token over to this little thing and puts it on the right layer. But if their token isn't here, they don't get the teleport.
Let's see.
If anybody else plays with this thing.
Interesting hack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. While we're walking in, I'd probably tell this here about the fact the dagger identified that one child as a large threat, or as a significant enough threat.
Well, that makes sense. The noble-looking children are obviously somewhat unnatural, so didn't expect them to be that strong. I guess, what do you think they are?
I could not tell you.
Oh, should we hire a guide? Do we want to take the dangerous one?
I would want to take the weaker one, as he probably has less interest in. He'd probably be easier to keep within our interests.
You mean murder him if we need to, right?
Well, I didn't say that.
No, you didn't. But why else would you want the weak one?
Well, there's other ways of convincing people than murder, I suppose.
Yeah, I get you. So they can't backstab us if they get the drop on us, right?
Fairly.
I'm just fooling with you.
So the inn inside here, there's one guy sitting there. You can smell food. You can hear people moving around. There's a little kitchen right off here. The gentleman right there in front of you jumps up. Looks a little bit more money than you would think for someone running an inn here. The inn's not bad though. They put some effort into it. They have put some paint on it and a little bit of work and so forth. The gentleman there stands up and waves. Hey, welcome. You all, he's counting on his fingers, looking around. Are you all looking for a room?
Just a table for now is fine.
Oh, yeah, if you're just looking for food, sure, absolutely. Well, yeah, we do lunch. Sorry, but basically we're a bed and breakfast, and so normally just people who eat here are the people who are staying here. But we do accept lunch, and it's real quiet, so come on in. Sally would be happy to cook for you.
Thank
Hey,
you.
what's on the stove?
You can peek in there as you walk by. There's they're cooking some fowl and fish and various things you can pick up in the forest there. And a few things that look like they've been shipped in.
There's people in here. What are they? Is there anyone of note in here?
Nope. My thing is that if it's a token, it's someone of note. If it's a little picture person, they're just commoners.
Okay.
Or innkeepers, NPCs. Mooks.
Old rhubarb.
Oh, but poor Derek, he was an image.
Yes. Okay, he may not be the next time if you piss him off. Right. People can mature to tokens.
As Nasir walks over to the table, Mal's going to whisper to him, "Hey, there's a guild here. If you want to get information, it might not be the best source, but at least I know it's someone we can talk to."
Nasir just stops to adjust his boot for a second and gives Mal a subtle nod. And stands up and continues.
We'll sit next to Odo.
Ordered, the door that you're walking by opens up sort of a burst, sort of suddenly, and standing there is the largest dragonborn. Then you suddenly realize it's actually not a dragonborn. It must be a half-dragon person standing there, and you instantly recognize him as being the lieutenant who worked for Rosnar.
Oh shit.
And he's there covered in dirt. He's got a grumbly look on his face, and he's dusting off his things as he opens the door, and he's got an empty bucket in his hand. It's like, I need some, what? Oh.
Did he see me?
He just stops.
Oops.
A little
Did
bit
he
of a
see me?
smile goes across his face.
I'm assuming he saw me.
Yeah, you're 5 feet from him, yeah. Unless you have some instant thing you want to do, or...
No, I was just distracted. I stopped when someone else stopped, so that's how I ended up in the middle of the room.
Oh.
Um,
That's right, you're talking to this clerk.
I'll just
I'm
give
getting
him
all this-
I'll just give him a flat stare and give him kind of the head to toe, and then spit on the ground and keep walking. And as soon as he gets over here, we'll sit next to Nasir and say, "You see who we got over there?"
So he comes out and hands the bucket to the girl. Says, I need this filled, and I need that one filled as well. And he's pointing in the room at something.
What is he pointing at?
Out of sight, he just points to the room. Yes, sir. And then she runs off with the bucket. And he starts walking towards the table.
Nasir just gives a quiet nod.
All right, remember what Derek said.
And he smiles. I have got to be the luckiest person on the planet, or whatever they call it, the land. I don't think they use the word planet.
I'd say unlucky.
No, you don't know how lucky. I had ahead of me a week and a half travel, digging through the countryside, going through every little inn, up and down the road, looking for all you all. I have just been on the road for a week doing that damn same thing. And what happens? You walk in the door. And he just slaps the table with a big smile on his face. This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's interesting to see you too.
Rakir's like, I'm sorry, I don't believe we're acquainted.
He looks over. No, you're right. I have no idea who you are.
This is the guy who was crawling around a dungeon and we, had some interesting times together, right?
Yes.
He
I'm sorry.
bellows out,
Sewers.
Sally! Food for 7! Looks over at Thorn. 8!
During the lab. So, why were you looking for us particularly?
Well, my employer would like something back that you took. Little box. He smiles at that one. It's far too late for that.
Yeah. Yep.
But the box now. There was a box. Before he was knocked out, he had a box with him. When he came to, it was gone. It was either with you or Scarin, as reports say. Now, other reports say that Scarin handed you something.
Is he talking to me directly?
No, he's just talking to the group. Here are the crows.
Did we get our swill yet?
Yes. So while he's chit-chatting, they bring out some food, actually some rather good food, and drinks and all. Big piles of them.
Is the ale palatable?
Very much so, actually. You recognize some of the barrel that he's pouring it from that's over on the side, as the symbol on it is being from Waterdeep.
This is good. So, you say there's a box missing, right?
A box. He motions and shapes something small, like in his hands, type about this big.
Well, I'm sure we could find a box. There's probably some in this town even.
Now that one, though, in particular, he talks over you, is worth more than you know. It's worth everything that he has. And he's not going to give it to you for it. But I'm saying that he's willing to go to extreme measures to get it.
I'm sorry, what exactly is the nature of this box?
To be God honest truth, I don't know. He didn't tell me, I didn't ask.
Mel Sir just covertly just kind of look through his bag to make sure there's not a box in there.
You don't have it. I think Nasir has it.
He doesn't have it.
Negative.
Nope.
Orden?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I hold up the box for the folding boat. Is it this?
So he just sighs. So, I will cut you a lot of slack because you cut me a week and a half worth of workout. So, here's the offer. 30 minutes. You know where I'm staying. 30 minutes, bring me the box. If not, then I will report back, and we'll just have this go on to its foredrawn conclusion, I fear. Now,
wait
on
a
the...
sec.
Yes.
Oh, wait a second. We're not supposed to be fighting in here. We could get in trouble for fighting in town.
Who's talking about fighting? I'm just saying that I'm going to tell the boss that you have declined his offer.
What's the offer?
Ah! Well, on that one then. My lord then can tell you lots of things of what's been going on around here. We are actually on, you won't believe it, the same team.
Ooh, there goes my beer.
When everyone starts to chuckle, Rakir just kind of looks around confused.
You can speak to him if you want directly on this matter. Though he's not here tonight, he'll be here tomorrow now that I will report back of your whereabouts. But, as I was saying, we are on the same team. As in, we are all trying to save this area from the forces that are trying to draw it into hell or wherever else they're trying to do with it. Now, we may have different ways of going about it, but in the end, he's saving your life and everyone you love.
Well, this is kind of what have you guys kind of got me in here? I know I'm the new guy, but what's happening? Could someone explain it?
I'm afraid I don't know as well.
I too am in the dark.
There's 3 guys here who are completely in the dark.
So the big guy just smiles and, well, enjoy your meal. You're welcome to stay here. There's also another place down across town that might be more to your taste called the Pearl. Quite nice. Across from there is this... Oh, you don't use horses, do you? Well, there's stable across the way from there if you need one. They probably sell horses. And a good inn. The one that's all overgrown. Looks like a tree's coming through it. I'm not in. Tavern. They have rooms too.
Sorry, did the half dragon mention his employer by name? I forget.
I'm going back over, and I don't recall him actually saying the word. No.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay,
I
that's
thought
fair.
it was Rosnar or something.
But I don't think he ever said it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gotcha. I just wanted to make sure before I made a comment.
Yeah. I'm gonna. You know what? While we're on the dagger train, I'm just gonna ask it. I'm just basically just trying to find out, James, if that guy is stronger individually than any one of us individually.
Oh. I don't think so. It's hard to tell. I don't really know how to translate CRs over to individual player levels.
CR is typically roughly equivalent to the level, so CR 8 would be roughly equivalent to a level 8. At least that's my understanding.
Yeah, the only thing I get with that, though, is when you start playing it, you find out that a party of your size is what starts messing with it. Is like, yeah. So,
I think he was asking about individuals. Though.
yeah, I think you can tell that this guy's probably more powerful, at least in a martial way, than your non-fighters.
Okay.
He's
James,
definitely no weakling. Yeah.
Orden never acknowledged his presence, just ate and drank and occasionally mumbled something to Mal, as if he wasn't even there, wasn't speaking.
So the people that talked to this guy the most were the ones that were like, we don't know what's happening.
We have no idea who you are.
Pretty much.
And some halfling just rambling around. I could find you a box. Yes. So, but he's okay. He's seen some of you. He recognizes he's good.
As he's walking away, though, and he gets probably about 10 feet from the table, Orden waves a gesture of his hand, and it sounds like he rips like just a massive fart, and then every step he takes from there on, it just goes.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're not friends.
It looks like James has messaged me. He said his mic went out again.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
So Lamb. You said you might have a way to get some more info for us about jobs we're looking for.
Are you looking at him?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Lamb, me, yep. Yeah, I could go try it. It's not the most trustworthy source, but at least if we know what we want to look for, we can see if we can maybe.
Check.
Pass.
yeah.
Test.
Yeah, I hear
Yes, we hear you.
As soon as we are definitely alone and there's no one in earshot, Orden will tell the party I have his fucking box, and I'm sure it is worth a lot to him. It contains his literal soul.
There we go.
Ricure kind of coughs up his drink. Sorry, his literal soul. Did you say?
His literal soul inside a small cube in my possession. And it's one of my more prized possessions. That said, if we want to trade it for some information, I'm amenable.
Well, don't we have a lot of power over him? If
Yes, I don't think he'd want to come after us if we have his literal soul. What if we dunked it in boiling oil or something?
I'm not 100% sure how it works, to be honest with you. If he looks over at Nasir. In fact, James, could I give you an Arcana roll, maybe? Maybe I do know how it works.
Go for it. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah,
hear
Yes,
you.
sir.
I'm on my laptop microphone for the moment while I'm
Oh
digging
my
out
god.
my.
Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think any of us had actually spent the time to actually figure it out.
no, I just maybe Orden knew what soul cubes in general were, but with an 8, it does not appear that that is the case.
Where's the roll here? Bring it over a second.
and Mal try.
Not with a 1, you're not going to make that one. No.
All right.
Well, it's a skill check, so it's an 8. There's no crit fails
Yes.
on it. But still, it's
But still, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, last Nasir is not the educated caster, so there's no reason for him to have heard of that specifically.
Gotcha. Yeah, if I would have thought about it, I would have asked Findazzle, but everything happened really quickly there at the end. And
Does Mal have a Arcana proficiency?
He does.
Yeah, go for it, Mel.
Okay.
Pardon my wrinkling as I unpackage my.
Hell yeah.
How does 21 work?
Nice.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, I've known how that worked the whole time.
So
Oh, Soul
So-
Cube, yeah, those are blah 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 blah
yeah,
blah
but I was
blah.
gonna go into sort of a rambling trance about how cubes work and give you as
You
much
actually have
information
dealt. So Mal, you've actually dealt and held one of these before. You were on a robbery gig like out in Kalimshan, which is a city way to the south, which is where you met Rick Nasir.
Yep.
And in that town, you actually had one of these for a while until it was paid for and given back, type of thing. But you know that they're impossible to open. But if somehow or another you open it, and usually it's only the person who souls in it and the person who found it. But if someone else can open it somehow, you can then control the person whose soul it is.
kind of like marionette strings.
Yes, but you got to open the impossible to open thing.
Yeah, you got to get the strings out first.
So if nothing else, it gives us a hell of a bargaining chip. As all of you, I'm sure, or at least most of you, I'm hesitant to think that Rosnar considers us his allies.
Completely agree.
And even if he does, I certainly don't consider him mine.
So, a couple things. First, I think we'd be much better by keeping that and just sort of making some concessions with Rosnar. Basically, we keep the box, and he stays out of our way forever, and I'd be happy with that. I don't think I'd trust any information he gave us anyway. Second thing is he didn't say allies. He just said we had the same goals. We're just going about it differently. I think that
I think he specifically said same team.
same team, but not. We both. What he meant was we both have the same goals of saving this area of the coast. But the thing is, I think Rosnar wants to keep all the credit for himself and keep all the power as well.
True
If
enough.
he could get those things and be the savior, he'd be the one with all the power and the control afterwards. That's what he wants. I don't think he's as interested in saving the area as he is in being the one seen to be saving it and get all the power and riches that go with it.
Yeah, if I hand this thing over, it's going to be with the express asterisk that he leaves Saltmarsh area and never returns.
But yeah, I
Well,
think
but
if you hand
there's
it
no
over,
way
there's
for us
gonna be
Yeah.
no way. Yeah, there's no way to guarantee that he leaves Saltmarsh.
you
Correct.
give it over,
Which
and we
is where
got
I was
more
going with
leverage.
that statement.
He's definitely not a trustworthy sort.
Correct. I'd be rather to say we keep this as security, and he just doesn't fuck with us, and maybe that'll be good enough for now until things are more settled.
You don't suppose that we could convince him to burn his businesses in Saltmarsh for the soul box?
I don't
For
know
the
if he
soul
has any.
box, he'd happily do that, but that doesn't mean he'd comply after he got it.
I don't know if he actually. Do you mean like actual like businesses, like shops and stuff? Because I don't think he has any in Saltmarsh.
Really? I
Yeah,
thought he was quite invested into the region.
I don't know that. I mean, I know he's noble, but I think he's out of either one of the big cities. I don't know if he actually owns any business interests in Saltmarsh or not.
I
But he's
believe
a
it was
noble.
Neverwinter. Looks
Yeah.
over at I'm completely drawing a name blank on your name, Brandon.
Thorn.
Thorin. God,
If
it's been a long week.
yeah, if I can remember correctly, he is from Waterdeep, and he's like he had his title was stripped from him for something. It was like that, like some
Slaving.
guards. Yeah.
Slaving,
So
yeah.
he's trying to get back into the good graces of Waterdeep at the moment, as Thorn
Yeah.
remembers.
He's trying to build back his power base,
Yeah.
and to do that, he needs to basically make a name for himself or build up his riches.
So he is like a noble, but he don't really have the power he would technically would have as normally.
Well, not that kind of power, maybe.
Yeah.
But he started.
Associated with some of the guys that we were
Yeah.
we went after and actually stopped them in the plot earlier.
He certainly got enough wealth to be able to send a whole bunch of problems our way. And on top of that, we know that now after visiting his little summer home, that he's probably basically dabbled in the arcane and also likely sold his souls to something else elsewhere. So he's still dangerous. He's still dangerous. Huh. Well, I don't think that was his intention. I mean, of all the things, I think basically us having it's probably the least bad outcome of considering all the other things that could have his soul.
I'm pretty happy about it.
Actually, and the seer turned Willem gets kind of like a crafty look on his face. How much do you think that's worth to Gnawbones?
I think this is worth a whole lot to a lot of people.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I am happy to keep it. In fact, I intend to, unless the group believes that we should do something different.
Okay. Do I have audio? Do you guys hear me?
Yeah. Hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. We're
Fairly
all back on speakers now. Sorry about that. So we decided what we're going to do with this thing. You can hear the dragon guy in the room with the door shut singing away in there as he's splashing, taking a bath or something or other. It's his best day.
Can the box or the soul be destroyed?
Not by normal methods. It's because this is something that it would take high level devil action, like wish spells and stuff.
Okay.
So guys, just so you know, we have this, but we don't really have the power of it. We can't blow it up. We can't really control them with it. And that's probably why old Scaly, no offense, Thorn, Scaly Face over there was so happy because, he knows that he could just send in a force and probably come get us.
I mean, keep in mind, he said he didn't know what the box was for, so he probably doesn't have any idea what the significance is other than that his master wants it back.
The value to us is bargaining chip. In fact, I dare say a much larger green scaly thing might even have an interest. We were discussing bargaining chips before. That didn't occur to me.
Yep, that's why I'm saying we might be able to use it for that.
I mean, does the dragon have any interest in Rosnar?
The dragon likes power. Rosnar's got power. If he can control Rosnar, he gets that power too.
I see.
And the dragon just might have the ability to access some of the features that we cannot.
If it doesn't itself, it can certainly find or hire someone who can do so for it. I'm sure. And keep in mind, so can we. Even if we can't figure out how to open it, we could certainly do our research and figure it out eventually. We're a highly competent group of individuals. They don't stop us if we really wanted to get into that box one day.
You just have to be careful. Just keep in mind that he could turn the tables on us, and it would be a bargaining chip for us if we're surrounded by a large force.
Well, so far he's been nothing but trouble to us and been gunning for us. So this makes us a bit more of a target for him, but it also gives him a reason to kind of to stay backed off, just in case we do something with it.
Well, and remember, even old Scaleface in there, nor Rosnar, are they positive we have it. We are just the most likely candidate.
Well, it's easier.
James, did we hear that scream for real?
Yeah, someone outside having fun somewhere.
I mean, all things taken equal, it's either us that's got it, or it's Scarin, or Scarin's boss who's got it. One or the other.
Now is Scarin the butler?
Yes.
Remind me. Okay, that's what I thought.
If he's the nobleman's butler, whose name I'm drawing a blank on.
Anders Solomar.
Anders.
Solomar.
Anders, yep, there it is.
I always get his last name mixed up, though. It could be Solomon, too. I don't know.
Well, I guess maybe we should find out, see if there's a map to this place, and find out what that fighting arena is about.
Yes, I'm interested to peruse the local wares. Perhaps we will hire one of those guides.
Oh, speaking of that, since I did leave Willie outside basically to see if the boys were saying anything while he was spying on them. Yes, no?
No, they just sat there pretty bored. They're just kicking rocks and hanging out there waiting for people to come by, but there's not many folks coming into town. Every once in a while a wagon will roll into town, but with food goods, but the kids don't jump up for that.
Interesting. Young boys usually don't stay put and stay quiet for that long.
I don't know. They can kick rocks around for a pretty long time.
Orden, you know what? You're welcome to look up that critter type in the compendium lower, since I mentioned it.
And I know this, Orden knows this?
Yes, from the Arcana check you made a long time ago.
Okay.
It took you a while to place it since it's way late in the conversation, so it finally clicked in your head, we'll say.
Orden speaks up and says, I don't believe those do be boys. I believe those do be demons, fiends.
What?
Oh, you mean like the ones that Rosnar's daughter, using quotes, daughter was.
Yes, potentially. They're called cambions.
You've just never seen one young before. You've dealt with Rosnar's daughter was one, but she was a full-grown one. But they are raised on this plane, so they had to be raised somewhere.
And I guess technically, they may not be fiends. Oh, no, they are fiends. They're the offspring of fiends.
Yeah. I think they're a little bit closer than tieflings.
Do I know everything that's in their character description or no?
Yeah, because I think it was with advantage and you rolled a 26. So, yeah.
So, Orden says, they may be young. Typically, they are working at the will of one of their parents or greater powers. So there may be greater devils or greater fiends around that they respond to.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. This place seems like it's kind of just a general meeting place for all the evil that's festering around this area. So, all the schemes going on, likely they're involved somehow. Because again, he looks around, just make sure that no one's listening in. It's like just a reminder to all of you. You know what's going down in the Mirror of Dead Men, right? You got three evil gods, all working to take control of something in there. Lolth, the Spider Queen. You got basically Orcus basically king of the undead, and Tiamat, mother of dragons. So all of them are probably going to be involved in this. I wouldn't be surprised if we got demons and devils and who knows what the heck else involved in that.
We already know that a dragon's involved, so.
Mm-hmm. So don't count anything out.
Hey, just be mindful, those boys out there, if we do bring one along with us, they have certain charms, let's say.
What do you mean?
weaker
Rich, you would
at times.
remember.
Or I don't think that's a good table.
It's just wrong.
They can turn you to their will against yours. I'll put it that way.
Akir remembers. He's like, damn, man, this has already happened the last time.
Oh,
I
God.
have some insulation against that, but I'm not necessarily immune. I'm happy to
would-
do the talking.
I need armor against mind control.
I can help you maybe, but
Given some time to prepare, I can. Not at the moment.
Oh, does anybody want to do anything in the next 20 minutes while between now and the deadline that the dragon guy gave you?
Oh, it was minutes.
You think he'd give us like another hour or so if we asked him? Well, I mean, 30 minutes is kind of fast. You know what? You know what?
So we're in agreement that we don't know anything about this supposed box, correct?
What box?
Never see the damn thing.
Willem just kind of shrugs.
Okay. So, did anybody want to do any shopping or anything while they're here then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd peruse.
Find something.
So is Lamb actually going to go hunt down some info?
Yes. Mal would go check out the guild.
All right. Do you want anyone to accompany you to make sure you're not going alone?
Yeah, I don't think we should all go, but yeah, whoever wants to come with me, that'd be great.
Fuck it. Thorn will go with you.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go with you.
Okay.
This year probably should. Maybe we should all go.
You know,
Based
if
on
we're
what you,
gone in that 30 minutes, he's going to come out and stomping around. Oh, where is everything? Oh, no.
I think we should let him do that. That sounds pretty entertaining. James, while we're sitting here, I do have some hit points gone. Can I use a hit die while we still rest?
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Especially since you're having a meal and everything else, you can call it a short rest.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That never happens.
Get all the hit points.
Well, I don't see any reason why I should head out there. So I'll go shopping.
yeah, is there a?
Perhaps they will have armor against mind control here.
I mean, based on the way you know the guild works, would they be okay with the whole party just kind of tromping into wherever you intend to go?
Once Mal determines what level of guild they are, he'll have a better idea.
Yeah, maybe I should go check it out, and then I'll come find you guys.
All right.
Well, I think at least
Stay behind us.
I
Behind me for a bit.
I think at least some of us should go with you, just so you're never alone, because we don't know what's going on here. You can't do open violence here, but it don't mean that there's people can't do sneaky stuff here. And if things like those little demon boys are around who could trick your mind, I'd be able to basically force you to go with them.
Yeah, this place is getting worse and worse by the minute.
I think Will at least. The rest of us, they may know that we're pretty clearly not. No offense.
Let's just all walk out, and we'll just kind of head that way, and I'll see what I can see along the way, and let you know if
All right,
be appropriate.
that's fine. I'm gonna send you won't see him, but Willie will be with you, just
All
as
right.
backup.
Wait a minute, aren't you Will?
Yeah, I know that's confusing now. I regret picking this name, but I guess we're stuck with it.
Would you like to take a particularly powerful owl on your shoulder?
I'll take all the animals. You see Oil Can kind of peek his head up from.
They could probably carry you, honestly, Mel.
Between them, yeah.
Then Orton will summon Gary out of the pocket dimension in Mal's lap.
Mal
So
pull
at
out
least
one of
he's
the
not
sending
just
stones.
appearing.
Testing.
Well, I don't think you want to test it, lad. You can only do that once a day, I believe.
Oh, good.
That's why they never work. All right. Okay, well, there's doors right behind you there. I know I don't have doorways in them, but I wasn't going to put them all in yet. So there are doors there right behind you that go out, and there's also the door out the front. If you want to go out either one, just drop your token on the doorway, and then just move yourself where you should be when you get out.
Yes, it works.
James, just because I don't want to clutter everything up, my thought was that I would not bring out Gary's token for Mal.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just act like I said. We'll drag it out when you need it.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, same thing for Willie. Just assume Willie's there, just hovering around him, scouting out.
Yeah.
And if Willie basically notices anything ahead of time before Mal gets into an area, he'll basically warn Mal quietly.
Mal will follow the signs.
Take a wide berth around the fucking demon children.
So one of the little ones, the other one's yelling out from the white lean-to. Sir, do you need a guide? Do you need a guide? Keep you out of trouble.
Orden will approach him. Say, appreciate it, boy. If we need you, we'll come and get you. For now, I think we know where we're going.
Once you need us, so it'll be too late.
Say, hey, so which one used the most cheapest?
James, I accidentally got dragged into a shop.
I saw that. Just walk back out again.
No, it's not. It's not letting me out.
Oh.
It's one of those shops.
You are going to buy.
Wink, wink. That one there didn't work, huh? I'll just drag you over then.
James, I pulled a gold off my sheet for whatever we ate and drank at the last place. Orden bought.
We didn't charge you anything. The dragon
Yeah,
paid for it all.
That other guy paid for it.
Oh, sucker.
Oh.
He paid for all the food and all the drinks.
Well, I'm leaving a gold anyway. He didn't pay shit for me.
I'm still on the. There we go.
Okay, I'll have to. You should get a little notepad and write down the doors that are broken so I can fix them as we between games. And I'm just going to drag another token out for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so as you're going down there, on the right there, Rakir, where you walked into real quick, that, and we'll just start putting words on it. Or actually, maybe Nasir, you can write words on them. I'll fix them up later. So the one that's with all the birds on it. Oh, that's right. We're back outside with the birds. There we go.
I accidentally wandered into to a literal murder of
Hey, James.
crows.
Yes,
What
Yes, sir.
font is Creekside in?
that is. Oh, it's hard to tell once it's in there, isn't it? Oh, funny. I have no idea. I'll have to test. Because if I go to highlight it now and go into it, it tells me it's Arial. And that definitely ain't Arial. It's one of the ones towards the bottom of the list. All right, so the building with all the crows then, as you peeked walking by the door there, as you peek inside, you see I think it's a little halfling. Let me double check that. Female cleaning. And a small human, I'll call him a dwarf, but not a dwarf, more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? What do they call small little people these days? No. But anyway, no, but that's a real race. So I'm looking for one that's not a race. So it looks to be a home.
Little person.
Little person. So there's a sort of a bent over, deformed little person in there, and then a halfling female caretaker. He looks up at you as you walk by, and they're sort of a surly looking person. You can't really tell what type of business it is going by. Maybe some sort of professional, because there wasn't any wares for sale. To your left on the side over there is that's one of the question marks was him. The other one is an outfitter's. The difference between an outfitter and other stores is an outfitter sells all the things that don't go bad. So if you need to have things for your wagon, for your horses, tack, canoes, anything like that. You buy that at the outfitter
Ooh, canoe?
if you want one. You guys swim pretty well without them.
It's true.
The next building is the Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild, as you get closer there, as you can see in Thieves' Cant, it mentions that it is the national head office, basically. It is the king of the thieves of the Sword Coast. At which point you're realizing you don't have any business in there, but there's probably other businesses nearby, and you do see a sign pointing down to a bar that's a thieves' bar.
Maybe we shouldn't go in there. I think that's a proprietary place. Something that they don't. Anyway, yeah. There's a bar down here. To the south.
Gordon will hang back with in the vicinity of Will.
Is a gallows.
Yes, and a slave market. So it's a gala right now with one crow sitting on there watching you. There are 3 lined up very large dog kennels that have like rugs over the front of it, so you can't see inside, but you can hear an animal in there.
They're like growling and like.
Yes, some sort of weird growling noise coming from there, but it doesn't sound like a normal dog.
Okay.
Then there's the slave market and the gallows are right there. And you can see a little tent in the back that looks like it has a lot of areas to tie people up and stuff and things. And but this place otherwise is pretty deserted otherwise. Ahead of you is
S&M
a provisioner. Yeah, an S&M tent. There you go.
How much is a slave?
What? Lamb looks at you and just shakes his head.
You guys you've been hanging out with the wrong people too long.
He's asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
I'm asking out of character. I don't think I've ever gone to a slave market.
Well, hey, if you can't make one, I guess the next best thing is buying one, right? And that's a friend that has to like what you like.
I would have to Google that. I have no idea what a slave goes for, but it's probably on the internet somewhere. Somebody's trying to figure it out.
No, I've more meant in D&D's. That seems like something that'd be sitting in a DMG somewhere.
It probably was.
50
Yeah.
gold? 100?
Hey, the old DMG had prostitute tables, random prostitutes. But they took that out when they hit 2nd edition.
Adam might know about that.
Nope, never bought a slave in D&D.
Well, I'm sure you haven't, but I thought maybe you would. What the process was or whatever.
No, I've never even read about that. I mean, I'm sure it was in some of the books. I mean, the book of Vile Deeds probably had something about that.
Yeah, I'll go look it up somewhere, but
I just didn't actually own that one.
My
Personally.
guess would be, 50 gold's a lot of money. My guess would be 50 if it was a professional of some sort, probably doubled, if not tripled.
I'm going to say a year's worth of income for a skilled laborer, or untrained, depending on your level. So 365 times 2, 760, so let's call it 800 silver. So what would that be, like 80 gold for an untrained laborer? That sounds right. I don't know. I'll go look it up, but not right now. It's a rather disturbing topic. All right, we'll move on.
All right, we got the grocery store.
Hey, James, before we get too far spread out, can we role play down on this end?
Yeah, absolutely. So back with the kids. So the little kids are there. The one of the elder of the kids in this little white one looks over. Hey, since you're goddamn birds are so loud. Since you're new here, we take care of the sunrise side, and they take care of the sunset side. And he points over at the rich kids. Sunset has the higher end, more expensive places. Sunrise has the more interesting ones.
Well, that's really kind of confusing. But Anyway, so what? So Willem
At this side and that side, the kid points at the street.
So Willem looks at there's basically there's four kids on the poor tent, right?
Yes, 4 kids in each tent.
Okay. He looks at the poor tent and looks at all of them, and gives them kind of a big friendly smile. So which one of you is the least expensive?
That'd be one of the youngest ones. He can't be more than 7. He raises a little hand and says, "That's probably me. I can just a silver a day, maybe some food."
All right then. Then how about this? Give all yours 2 silver each, and whichever one you basically gives me the best information and the best time at the end of the day, I'll give you a little bit extra, more than double that.
You don't want me to come with you?
Want all of you to come with me.
All of us?
Yep.
The kids are
all of you. And I start pulling out and handing out 2 silver to each of the urchins. And remember, if the best, I put a whole finger, the best one I like at the end of the day gets an extra bonus. So entertain me.
Hey James, what are the rich side you called it? What do they look like? The 4 of them over there.
They're well dressed. They obviously have money. They look like they live in homes. The other ones look like they live in wherever they can find somewhere out of the rain. So it's urchins compared to tradesmen type of thing.
Is there one hanging back from the rest that is maybe not quite so eager?
Sure. There's a little girl who's, of the 4 rich ones, there's one little girl who's dressed up rather prettily for a little girl, and she's hanging out in the back there.
And just to note, all the ones on the rich side are basically the inhuman, the beautiful, probably demon ones, right?
Orden thinks they all are, because they all follow that. Even the dirty ones look pretty.
Once Nasir takes all the ones on one side, Orden thinks it would be practical to have at least representation from both. So he points at the little girl who's the least eager, and he says, "You, why don't you come with me?"
You're not going to hurt me like the last guy, are you?
Orden looks at her and
Jesus.
he says, "Do I look like I'd hurt you?"
Maybe if
Mister?
you tripped over her.
Orden belly laughs at that. See
They're
there,
about the same
lass?
height, really.
My friend Will has the right of it.
She
don't
tucks a
you-
little doll under a belt line of hers, under her dress headline, and follows on out and starts following after you.
He said, "I tell you what, I'll keep you safe as long as you keep me safe. You got it?" He gives her a little wink.
Deal.
As she gets closer, he pulls out a gold. He doesn't show the world. He hands it to her discreetly and says, "Another for you at the end of the day, as long as you're honest, and you keep your ears shut and your mouth open. Fair?" Sorry.
Are you saying something, James?
No. Oh, sorry. Did it cut out?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a response from that line.
She just said done. I think I got drowned out by the damn crows.
Oh. So just to be clear, I was under the impression that basically that the 4 rich ones were all like the really like super beautiful, like not quite
so-
right ones, and the 4 urchins were like kind of just dirty regular urchins.
No,
Is
they're
that
all.
not true?
Do you want to retcon that then? What would you like to do in place of it? They all, as you get closer, you can feel that these are all fiends of one port or another.
Yeah, and I think I pointed out to you too that the strongest one was one of the poor ones.
Well, no, the strongest one was the 10-year-old rich one, right?
Yeah, I think. I don't remember. I have to go back. But anyways,
Yeah, I was under the impression the weakest one was one of the rich ones, and the poor, the one at the one at the bottom, the poor one,
okay.
Oh,
was
then
the
yeah.
strongest one.
Yeah, one of the poor ones was trying to draw you in when we were first walking in the bar.
Yeah.
No, the rich one was. The strongest rich one was the one who was trying to flirt with you. Am I remembering all this completely wrong?
It's okay. You know, it doesn't really matter. If it goes into mattering, we'll go back to the tapes and look it up. But that's all right.
Okay.
Okay. No, but yeah, if all these look like they're actual demons and not just like poor human children, like they look like they might be like some security risk, they might be mind controlling me, I'm definitely not going to be doing this.
Okay. So you about to come up with this grand plan of hiring all of them, and you change your mind at the last minute. Orden comes back with a little girl,
And
about his height.
in that case, so my goal was to walk away with at least one from both crews.
Okay.
So I will also look for the poor one who's hanging back. I think you said he was a young boy.
Yes. So the little young boy joins you as well. They're quite thrilled to have some help on it. The little girl looks at him with rolls her nose up. You smell.
He says, "Hey, none of that. You both are with me, and so we're all friends today. You hear me?"
Absolutely, sir.
He on the low, again, not waving it around, but he gives each of them a gold, and he said, "More on the other side as long as you serve me well. Keep your mouth open. Tell me what I need to know. Your ears shut. You don't hear anything that our party says, and we'll get along great." And Orden has some out of character. He's got advantage on the saving throw to overcome their charm, so I feel a little safer than.
Okay, I'll let you know if such thing starts to occur. But so far, they don't seem to be pulling anything on you. So the little kids that are telling you that, rattling off all the things there are in town. There's an ironmonger who sells everything you can possibly think of made with iron. There's rarity stores, there's healers, there's a wizard, there's taverns, there's a brothel, there's distillery, there's more taverns.
Orden
And then one of them points, and it's just, and then when the little one starts laughing, is, and the one your friend almost into, he almost died. That's Teagles. And he points at the house with all the birds.
That's a funny image. That's who's. What does he do now?
Driegel, he, magistrate. That's what he calls himself, right? And the girl goes, yes, he's the magistrate, Bill.
Where is this wizard located?
He points way down the road. You might be able to see it when you were back out there by that bloody circle, way down the road, about 100, 200 yards down. There's a tower that stands out above everything else. It's actually 3 stories, and there's only one other 3-story place, an inn next to it.
Definitely will want to check that out before we leave, but I'm not in a hurry.
And the tower, even what you can tell from here, does not look like anything else in town. It's made of brick and everything else.
Remind me of the kids, or if I don't know if you told me the kids' names.
But one of them you just heard was Bill, or Billy. That's the young boy. And let's write these down so I can actually have them for the next time. Okay, let's call them Billy and Lil. Lil's for the sunset side. And Billy knows sunrise. Basically east and west of the road. The Lil's all wide-eyed, looking around like she's never even been here before.
Ordinal
as you guys
questioner
are
about
joining
that.
everybody else.
Ordinal questioner about that.
My side is the other side. That's where I'm supposed to go and take care of. I'm allowed to come here, but there's no purpose, and it could be a little dangerous at times.
I see.
So I get paid by the other side, and we get money for recommendations.
So anything to the west of this main drag is the one side, anything to the east is the other?
Exactly.
The east seems to have a significantly greater area. Oh, the map goes further than I thought. Never mind.
How is the map performing anyways, by the way? Any draggy terribleness like normal nights, or is it just...
Oh,
No.
feels good.
Yeah,
Okay.
very smooth actually. Much better.
It's went to a lot of work to make that happen. Okay, cool.
It appears to be definitely worth it because it's a big map and it feels like butter.
Yeah.
Nice. So the kids are there. One of them points off as you're coming over the Billy. He's pointing out the building. He's already telling you things you already know. And that's Striegel's Magistrate. That's where you buy things like shovels and picks and things. That's where the guys from out of town go, the thieves. These are all out-of-towners here. You can stay there sometimes if you're part of the club. I'm not part of the club. That over there is the provisioner, the grocery. And one over there, oh, you don't want to go in there. A cart comes once in a while, and people get stuff. But anybody that seems to go in there who wasn't invited doesn't come back out.
Hey James, I didn't
Yeah.
even step on the square, but it transported me into this.
Yeah, it
village.
accidentally pulled him into the slave market.
Oh, try exiting back out again.
Right as you said, don't go in there.
I tried. It's not the exit, is it?
That's the same thing. Oh, it did. All right, so the slave market exit doesn't work. All right, let me see if I can just fix it real quick.
I'm now staying one tile away from every door.
Yeah.
Noted
It's probably
for
a good,
sure.
Yeah, it's probably a good call. Okay. And I don't really even need the slave market one. I think I'm going to delete that one. It's a silly one to actually have because it's all on the other map.
No, you never know. The minute you delete it, it's the minute.
Yeah, well, I won't delete the map, but I'm going to delete the
I want
doors.
to go to the slave market now.
Yeah, well, you can. You're just going to do it on the big map. Okay, let me see. Where are you at?
Ooh.
There's Orden way down here. Well, at least I know that the doors are working one way.
Well,
Alright.
I was north of the door is the only thing. So the
Oh, now I
area
have to bring
I
it.
think is bigger than that square.
Orden. Okay, back to where we were.
Thank you, sir.
Then he points to the building behind the slave market. The little boy says, "That there's the end. It's most of us just call it the overgrown end. It's like the Weeping Willow, I think it's called. It's a pretty good place, but it's got a lot of folks that go there from lots of different places. It can get a little rough. And behind that's the Ironmonger." And he points off the little road that sort of snakes between the buildings, heading on. Yes, that's the Ironmonger.
And this is the kidnap
This is the
palace?
building. This is the.
Yeah, I guess you could call it
come
that.
out of.
It's a place people don't go. Well, yes, they're protecting something, but all they ever use it inside it, because you can peek in through, is they just transfer of goods.
You said that there was a place that had rarities. Which one was that earlier?
You know, that's one of the kids.
Yeah, one of the kids mentioned that earlier.
It's the Kidnap Palace,
Oh, that place has rarities.
but you need to have an appointment.
Who gives you the appointment?
I don't know, the little boy says, questioning us. Because if you go in there to ask for an appointment, you disappear.
Oh, that's good information to have.
I would start with Dreagle. Anytime there's a question like that, go with Dreagle. Because if there's something iffy or something going on, Dreagle will sort it out. He points back
And-
at the house with the crows.
Got it. The place where if our friend would have walked in, he would have died is where we'd have to go to figure out how to get into the kidnap palace.
Oh, your friend wasn't going to knock. That's Dreagle's house.
The door pulled me in. What can I say?
The door literally grabbed me and pulled me in.
Yeah.
And you said that these right here were kind of kennels, right? Or is that inaccurate?
Yes, exactly. They are kennels for some sort of big dog. Your Whisk could peek in there if you wanted to. But I don't know if you would recognize the type of animal anyways, because it would probably take an arcane roll or something.
Yep. He will do that later, and he can always describe them to someone who actually has better arcana.
There you go. There you go. Which seems to be Mal for some reason. I don't know.
Pointing up to the northeast, James, Orden will ask what that building is.
That's the bar where all the guys from that place go. The thieves go.
Good to know.
And Mal, that's the place you can see arrows going to, telling you that for the rank thieves go there.
Okay.
That there's rooms and food.
Nice. Well, that might be the place we can get some more information. Although Will and Bill seem to be doing a good job on their own right now, and they're not really tied to anyone, are you guys? Well, except for Orden, right?
Yes, sir.
I
We
don't
work
see
for
any
him.
rope.
So what happens if
Was that a boo to that joke?
No, that was just the tabletop audio. When you have all the little individual sounds, I don't know if you've ever played with it. You can set them all up at different ratios for repeat, and then you can save them all as a scene. So I have like 20 of them that just go off every 5 minutes or whatever, because it's just sounds of the town. So that was yes, it was a boo. The computer booed you, not me though.
Orden asks Lil and Bill What would happen if you walked into that bar? Or if I walked in there, if we all walked in there together?
I think you'd probably have to pay full price. I bet he gets a deal. And I'm pointing at Mal.
Why me?
Because you look like a shifty type.
It's just
And
a
they both
matter.
laugh.
Everyone laughs.
Or they'll chuckle along with him.
He was dressed up
These
like.
kids aren't too bad.
I forgot. He's got his.
He's got his pirate outfit on, doesn't he? Or
No, he's got the same outfit. Remember, he put the same outfit that Deagle has on. They both dressed up like this.
okay, yeah, definitely shifty then.
I forgot about Deagle. Is he with us?
Yeah, Mal slept in some food while we were at the bar.
He's invisible. He just
Oh, he-
follows behind you guys, invisible.
Yeah. So, hey kids. So I'm just wondering. You said you have to stay on one side of the town or the other. So who tells you to do that?
Regal.
Oh, so he's the one who's in charge of y'all.
Yes, he is.
And so do you work for him as like part of the town, or do you just kind of work for yourselves, like independent contractors?
I don't know what that means, but we get paid by you, and then Driegel makes sure we don't starve.
Oh, okay.
How much of that money is going to Driegel?
He gets 1 in 10.
Fair enough.
I'd like to go to the Ironmonger real quick, if you guys don't mind. Out, see if they've got a couple three-pointed marbles, some caltrops.
I'm interested in the
You see
name is
Orden
intriguing.
scratch his chin and mouth 3-pointed marble.
Does anyone object?
Negative.
Nah.
Stay away from that rarities door.
Yeah.
Where's the slave market door? Is that gone?
I just took out
It's
rid of it
gone,
altogether.
yeah.
It was a silly one to have because it just takes you to a map that looks just like the map you're on. So it didn't really serve a point.
Is there anything interesting about this cool-looking tree back here, James?
The cool-looking tree, as you will go by it, go ahead and make a nature check. Otherwise, it's been
Did they
chopped
mention
off.
what
It's
this building is up here?
no. The little sheds and the burned-up looking one. No. Oh, I should get over to the edit. Check. That's close enough. It doesn't need much of a roll. You can tell that the building and the tree seems to have grown into the building. Otherwise, it's a willow tree of some sort.
That's the
But it's
name of the inn.
yes. And then the ironmonger's right there. Well, looks like it works getting into it.
Yeah. I don't see a door to get out, though.
Oh, I better put it on map. Okay.
I
It
think
makes
it's under
one
tokens.
map layer. Yeah, it's just under your tokens.
Oh, gotcha.
I'll put it back under there. Okay.
I just got a black screen at the moment.
Yeah, I seen that too. Move out of the little square, maybe. Did it change anything for you?
No, not yet.
You are right there.
Oh no. I'll just change it. So not much of this place actually, just large tables. As you wander in, as I'm playing with the visuals, dynamic lighting on, daylight mode. I don't know why that wouldn't work.
I was
Is
waiting on
anybody else?
moving the entire map around for a second.
Is anybody else in the dark?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good now.
I'm not even in it.
I'll
You
just
will
drop
wander
one on
into
there.
the Ironmonger?
Yeah, I probably need your token on there too.
Yeah, we're all in the Ironmonger.
I went around and was pasting them on every map, but I must have missed this. And Rick here.
There we go. I'm in.
Okay, there you are.
Hey.
Now you have two of you. I'm just going to move one to the left.
No. That's bad.
What?
All right, so the ironmonger
Double
then, you can hear the sound in the background of them beating away on metal somewhere. There's armor piled up on all the different shelves. It looks more like a showroom. You don't see two of anything. There's like one of everything you can imagine of every weapon and type of armor laying out on all these little tables around there. And then there's a person there, one of the guys working at the in the back room there that you can sort of see through from here at the fire. He puts his weapons down there, his hammers and stuff down there, and comes wandering out, wiping his hands on his apron.
Gordon, take a gander at the quality of the workmanship.
There's every type of quality. There's real cheap ones. It looks like the left side of the building is cheaper and the right side is more expensive. And as you move that way, and the left side has more of things you could imagine bandits and orcs and stuff using, while the right side looks like the things any nobleman would be happy to have.
Gotcha.
So the guy, the blacksmith, there's the word I was searching for. The blacksmith comes out of the back, wiping his hands, his charcoaly hands all over his apron. I'm Flynn. We're going to look for anything particular looking for? We do bulk orders with time. I need time for bulk.
What about mini bulk?
How many do you need?
Like a bag of caltrips.
Oh, how many bags?
2.
Oh, okay, so not a bulk order at all, just a lot of, I got you. He digs around somewhere, pulls 2 bags out of that box next to him there by the door and drags those out.
All right. He says, I'm also looking for a nice dagger.
Daggers, well, there's plenty of daggers out here. Them over there on the far wall, there's a couple of masterclass ones up on the wall over there, too.
How much are those?
They're 4 times the price of a dagger, but it's +1. But not magical.
Wait, I'm confused.
It's a non-magical weapon with a very sharp edge.
You get the +1, but it just doesn't have magical to overcome
Exact.
the resistance.
And it'll be broken by things and stuff like that, but it's still sharp as hell.
How about a silver one and a masterwork one and 2 bags of caltrips?
Absolutely, I can help you all that. We have that in stock here. Take what you want, I'll replace it.
James, did you see my text?
Oh no, I got the wrong map.
Gordon's gonna use his free daily detect magic cast to cast detect magic on the low, so just to see if there's anything glowy in here.
The kiln, that's kiln. What's the forge? That's what I'm looking for. The forge is magical. Weapon wise, yeah, there will be. Let's have. Let's try it. There is 1 suit of magic armor. I'm going to roll once on table of magic armor, and let's see what it is. For my $65 purchase of the DM's guide for Roll20, I get a cool little plug-in table. That's about it.
Nice.
Really?
I have to roll again because he's not making. Oh, he can make studded leather. So, yes, there is a. That's right, because that was whispered to me. Cool. There is a suit of studded leather that you can tell has been enhanced somehow. The actual studs and so forth in it are all magical.
Gordon will go up to Mal and say, you might want to take another look at this suit of studded leather here, if it's something you could put to use.
We'll look at it. What's it look like?
It's fine. Nicer than anything you've ever seen. You're actually having a hard time not just stealing it.
Feel it kind of caress it a little bit. How much is this?
I have to look that up. It's a fortune.
Give me a look at
It's
it.
actually. I have to go find the table that tells us how much legendary items are.
+1 armor is a rare item, which puts
Now,
it anywhere.
This is
between-
legendary.
Oh, legendary.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which probably was like 100,000, I think, or something. Xanathar's had that.
Oh, you mean to buy?
Yeah. And then it's going to be higher than that because you're in this town. Where's magic items? Wasn't buying magic items in the Xanatars?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, there it
there
is.
it's
Because they had a nice little table that says, "Oh yeah, if it's legendary, it costs this much."
Yep, they do. Legendary is 2d6 times 25,000. So minimum 50,000 up to 150,000.
And then times that by 2 for this town, because everything is going to be twice as expensive than anywhere else.
So 2d6 times 50,000.
Well, that tells you more than you guys have ever seen. It's in money.
Yeah. Mal's gonna start looking around at the windows and doors.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna say, like I wouldn't do this, but like that's the kind of thing that adventure party could, attempt to quietly murder this guy and leave town with this item, and still make a profit, even if they never came back.
He says, "Does it do anything else besides protect?"
Okay. He looks. It'll protect you better than any other armor like it.
Wow. Really nice. Did you make it?
I did the studs, and then the wizard came in and finished it off for us.
Ah. Do you guys do layaway?
He has no idea what that even means. He just sort of looks at you.
Well, all right. That's a little too rich for my blood, but thanks for showing it to me.
Absolutely, I know what you mean. That's why it's there.
Yeah, I'd probably be there for a while, I hope.
Yeah, it's been there for a while so far.
Good. Maybe I'll come back later.
Odo
He
will
raises
walk
an
behind.
eyebrow as he turns around and walks away.
How much was the masterwork dagger, silver dagger, and 2 bags of caltrops?
Figure out what they would normally be and just double the price.
Okay.
also James, anything else glowy in here, or just the armor?
Just the armor and the forge.
Fair enough. Orden will say, I'm a bit of a connoisseur myself. Can I take a closer look at your forge? That's interesting work.
He stops for a moment, sort of squints and looks like he's trying to figure out if you're up to something. And then you see him sort of, eases up a bit and sort of smiles. Did you make that one? And he's pointing at the armor you're wearing. The breastplate.
Did. He made the whole suit, actually, the whole suit of half-plate and his shield. He'll stand up a little taller and say, I absolutely did, sir.
I thought you might have. You couldn't get something that fits that well unless you made it yourself. Yeah, come on in. Good to see another master worker here.
Orden will go down and just spend some time admiring the forge.
Okay, so yes, it is it's a magical forge. You're not quite sure who made it or where it's from. It looks modern, so maybe just someone enchanted it. But you can tell that using something like this would greatly speed things up.
Very cool. And he tells the armor as much. It's quite an impressive piece of equipment.
It cost us a fortune. But when you've got to crank out 100 swords in a week, you need something like that.
I bet you it'll make you a fortune in the long run, too.
While they're looking at the forge, I'll walk up behind Mal and be like, do you think they accept trades? And how much do you want that studded leather?
I think he wandered off.
Are you muted, Sassy?
Oh yeah, that's been giving you a nice little soliloquy. He said, wow, I've got to save our money. I can't really blow it on that, but that would be so nice. I definitely need something so beautiful. But I don't know. Why you ask?
Odo opens up his bag and flashes the legendary scale mail that he has that he doesn't use often. It seems of equal quality. Might accept a trade.
What do you have?
+3 scale mail armor.
Wow.
Where do we acquire that at?
Random loot from the first place that I was introduced from.
That's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
But,
Now
you
you.
know, disadvantage on stealth. Not yeah, don't like it
If
that
you're
much.
a full plate guy, that's or no, you say splint. That is heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's medium. Scale mail.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Oh, it's scale.
scale. Got it. Yep. Yeah, that armor would be a boon for Mal. That's for damn sure. What do you have? What are you wearing right now, Mal?
Just straight up leather, studded leather. It's seen a little too much wear.
I am always cash poor because I spend so much money on wizard shit, but I would be happy to throw in something to help too if I can figure out what Orden has of value. I do have 120 platinum on me right now. That's all the money I have in the world.
He says, "What you have there, though, Odo, it's yours and it's worth a heck of a lot. I couldn't ask you to do that, man."
It's not often I find myself in need of it, though.
Have you ever even worn it?
I have
Okay.
once when we were assaulting the place because stealth wasn't happening.
Oh, so you do use it on the regular. It's just basically you normally go with the stealthy one instead.
Yeah, but I am also not in combat that often, so.
I'm sorry. I thought I misunderstood your voice. I thought Rakir was saying he had it. That's why I was like, oh yeah, he wears heavy. No big deal.
No, I wear a regular suit of full plate. I would love a magical suit of full plate.
Right?
Well, what
But I
what
figure that's something that they don't have here.
well, do you have any decks?
Me? No.
Yeah, then
No.
unfortunately that scale mail wouldn't be as good for you then.
Right.
If you have at least 14 decks, then that's actually it's equivalent of full plate plus one, but only if you have 14 decks.
I've got a total of 9 decks.
Well, so as far as the good of the party, I can see it still having advantage for you too, Odo. I mean, especially if we're in a heavy martial situation. Also, though, Mal's our sneaky dude, protecting him, and he's probably the squishiest one in the party too.
I mean, it really depends on what the actual legendary thing is. Because right now, basically, what's your armor class currently, Odo?
17 with a shield.
With the shield. So basically, that magical scale mail with the shield will bring you up to 21. So that's a plus. When you're in serious combat, that's a +4 AC to you. That's actually really big. What's this stud leather going to be doing for Mal in comparison?
Probably, my guess is if
I
it's
was told what it
legendary,
was, but I don't
+3.
know what it is. So
If it's +3 being legendary, add 3 to his AC, of course.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Are you gonna
it'd
confer
take
with
me from
Orden?
a 15 to, if that was +3, it'd take me from a 15 to an 18.
Wow.
I think that's worth it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you usually stay out. You usually try to stay out of melee combat, correct?
Yeah.
Well, you guys can think on it. It's not going anywhere.
That's true.
Yeah,
Unless Mal has it leave the store.
Yes, unless Mal other steals it.
Yeah, and how you see it, Mal is absolutely not would never ask you to do that. But if you definitely could tell he is absolutely in love with this thing. As he hands over a little bag of coin to the blacksmith.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. What can I interest you in?
Do you accept trades?
Well, I guess that would depend on the trade.
I will pull out that scale mail.
This huge thing comes out of the bag. Yes, his eyes get big on that one, and he gets very, very interested. What would you
From
like
what
an
I
offer for it?
nods his head over to the studded leather. More of a stealth person myself, and they seem of equal quality.
So I will give you the leather and anything else you all need. I think was that fair enough?
Anything we need, eh?
And he hands Mal back his coins.
Okay.
Well, shit. In
I
that
am-
case, Odo, why don't I? How about it? I'm gonna give you 20 platinum just so you've got a little something extra in your pocket for the very generous gift.
Yeah, I'll just hand the coins over to you.
Yeah, because there could be a 50, 60,000 coin difference in price between these two items. So you guys can load up on whatever you want. You can do that between play if you want. Just go through there and go, oh, I think I need some plate and buy it.
I'm sorry, I could buy a second suit of plate mail?
If you want to drag it around with you. I don't know why you
Yes.
didn't want that.
Absolutely. What do you mean? This is incredibly valuable.
This is my dress suit. All right, so anywhere else you guys want to do? Or
Odo, you got the 20 platinum, right?
I forgot how much of a price difference that would be.
20 platinum is 200 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about the. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. I was like, legendary item for legendary item. Sure, that's equal. Maybe
Again,
not.
that's what I'm asking. Like, what is the studded leather actually?
It is a +3, right?
it is.
Okay. All right. So then, yeah. So at least it's equivalent power, just different armor types.
Yeah.
And Odo, if you wore that stud leather, what would that bring to your AC to?
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, because 15, 16, you're 16, 17, right? 19 with a shield.
18? With a shield?
What's your
My
dex?
dex is shit. +1.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, fair.
Yes.
So yeah, so
That's right. He's strength based.
yeah, versus if you wore the scale mail, that would have a 20. So you basically, yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm giving up the +3, but
Who carries the bag of holding?
Val.
We have
Mal
two.
in ordering.
one.
Mal in ordering.
See Rick here in the corner dragging like a suit of plate mail. Mal, come here for a moment.
This is a plate mail
Yeah.
way though. It does max out things.
Would you please carry this around with you?
How much is it? Sam's only got a couple 100 pounds left.
Damn it.
Well, I mean, we could dump some stuff out. We've got the ultra torn potion. No. Yeah.
Hey Lamb, how about you don't announce exactly what's in the bag to everyone while you talk about it.
What? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
The black suit
How heavy
is
is it?
really.
Let's go find out.
Like 60 or 70 or 80 or something like that.
Oh, really? Oh, it's not more. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's not hundreds. That would be awful.
Oh, well then, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Let's just here. Open up, Sam.
Does he have
That
any of
could-
those
that could come in
non-magical
handy later.
+1 great swords?
Yes.
Dory's gonna grab one of those.
Okay. So yeah, and you guys think of something between now's game and the next game. Just put it on your list. No big deal.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, it's 65 pounds. No problem.
So aside from weapons and armor, what does this guy have here?
He has picks, awls, just basically anything you can think of that's made of iron. And you see things being brought into it. Looks like he doesn't make everything here. It looks like they might bring things here to sell, or has more warehouses because you see people loading things in from the back.
So, Orden will pull Odo aside at some point and say, takes me a day to do it, so you have to wait until we've got some downtime. But you give me 25 gold, I can give you a scroll and/or have a scroll to cast mage armor on you, which will give you a 13 base on then your dex on top of that and everything else. I don't know if that'll help you. No, I guess
Not
it wouldn't,
quite.
would it? I
No,
didn't think that through.
but I appreciate it.
That's true for any of you guys, though, too. I don't think it'll benefit, but maybe Mal, but
Yeah, maybe.
Actually, what are you currently wearing, Odo? In terms of armor.
Breastplate.
Okay, so the best non-magical armor you can get that still allows you to do stealthy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if that was a +3 breastplate, woo, boy, howdy.
Get it.
All right. Anything else then?
I think that's it for now.
Well, the kids are looking eager to get going out of here. One of them's the little boy, Billy. Hey, it's going to be dark here in a couple hours. You're going to want to have a place to go.
let's visit the mage first. Anyone have any objection or no look around?
No, not really, as long as he won't shoot at you when you enter.
I sure hope not. Maybe
That's the
Lil
magistrate.
and Bill can maybe give us a hand there.
As long as we knock first.
I think all your exit ones are
None of them are working.
not yet.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just drag everybody over then. I'll figure out
But-
play with that between.
Orden's got at least 5 minutes left on this detect magic, so we may as well. I mean, should be pretty obvious what's magic there, but use it while we have it.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, I just dragged everybody out. Sorry,
Sweet.
since they said it wasn't working.
I'm on the other page, but it appears as if my token's not there because
Yeah, I don't have a token. here.
Grayscale.
Yeah, it's basically explore mode as if you're not looking directly at it.
Oh, okay. Let's drag new ones out.
I can see the map okay, but I don't know where my token is.
I'm gonna have to. I'll make an account and come in here and test us all between our next games. Don't have to worry about it. All right.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Oh, you dragged yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now for everybody else.
Oh, I can. You can do that if that's easier, James.
On it. Oh, already got Florent. Anybody there? I lose anybody?
Yeah, I still don't have.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the I'm dragging you on the wrong damn way.
Ah!
All right.
There
All
we
right.
are. Yep, I got it.
Who was that?
Still not
Yeah.
seeing Orden. There we go.
Okay. So the little kids are pointing out the places and things as you go along. They
What's
point
this?
down that alleyway past the tree there.
What's this place, by the way?
Oh, they just say that's people live there. Hey, there's a house. Those two guys live. They work at the rarities. And they point at the straw place. And I don't know who's in that one. It's a house. I think it's a rental. Yeah, the girl laughs. Yeah, vacation rental.
These two are the ones that the kidnapped palace people live in.
Yes. They point down the alleyway and tell you that the stable is down that way. It's in an old burned out inn. They just turned it into a stable and used what's left. And then he says, and the other one over there, that's where you go to dream and get high.
Which one?
He points down the alley and says, "When you go down there, yeah, whoever just did that one."
All right. Let's, I guess just go straight south down and around the stables.
Yeah, one way.
So
The kids telling you don't fall in the pool.
So do these all look accurate? Like they look like they suffered a fire and they've never been reconstructed?
As you're going by, yes. One the little boy says, "I heard it was a dragon."
Oh, great.
They say it was a red dragon. It came out of the sky, and it had a boss with it had problems with Grandma, and then Grandma chased him out and got him killed. But he burned part of the town up.
Are these houses as well?
He points. That one there. That's the grocer, and the next one there. He works. He's like the runs the inn. The straw one. He was like what the girl goes. He's a maitre d'. Oh, yeah, the maitre d'. And then that one's he's the poisoner.
I'm sorry, the what?
The poisoner. He points to the last building over there. He makes poisons.
Ord says, "Oh, the poisoner. Thank God we know where he lives now."
Don't go there for tea.
Alchemist is a nice word for him, sure.
And am I allowed to walk in there just to buy? Or is it like the other buildings here? Is the poisoner
I
going
have-
to try and kill me?
Oh. I wouldn't drink anything there. But he's a nice guy though. He does lots of business. He's famous. That's just his office. He doesn't live there.
Don't drink anything. Don't stab yourself with anything. Don't touch any doorknobs. In fact, maybe just don't breathe.
I see.
I hear he's quite famous. He just comes into town to do business.
So it's not his workshop. That's just kind of his storefront.
Yeah, storefront. He laughs. The little girl finally chimes up. Well, finally, we're getting back to my side of town. I don't know if I'm getting rid of the smell out of my clothing either. You can't go in the wizard. He doesn't talk to anybody. The wizard just showed up like a week ago, and he came out here and he was doing these paces trying to figure out how big an area was, and then the tower appeared. And it's been here since. It just grew up out of the ground.
Oh, what does Redmoth think about that?
I guess they have an agreement or something. Because, I mean, Driegel came right down. He was pissed. And he was beating on the door, and then the wizard left with Driegel, and then the wizard came back, and everything seems fine. So they must have worked it out.
Oh. And the wizard was busy working with the Ironmonger too, I guess.
He dresses very nice. He gets paid well. He has lots of money.
Well, I guess magic towers are expensive, huh?
I wouldn't know. He didn't buy it from anybody here.
Orden will inspect the tower with his detect magic and just try to determine what school of magic it is. Or
It
is the tower glowing? I'm assuming.
It is glowing. In fact, there's even a little glow on the map too. A little green seeping out through the walls near one of them. There's a door facing the stable side, but otherwise there's not much to it. You can tell. It definitely been a summoned one. You've read about them, but it's way beyond your magic level. But there's like you think it has something like, well, make an arcane roll. That's a better way of doing it.
Is it like because detect magic will tell you what school it is. I'm guessing it's like an evocation, like
Yeah.
Demon's Hut.
Exactly.
Got it.
So it's one of those high level ones. There's ones where you can summon mansions and so forth, and this is what this is.
Got it. Good arcana roll, but I don't know if there's anything else that would tell me.
Oh, Mordecane's. It's what Mordecane's mansion. Yeah, even better, Adam.
Well, shit. I was hoping maybe he had some stuff for trade or sale. I guess there's not really any reason to bug him if he's not social. We'll ask the seer. I guess knowing this, I'm inclined to leave the old fucker alone, unless you've got a different idea.
Willem just kind of shrugs at that. I don't know. I mean, he's new in town, which is interesting, but doesn't help us yet. I'd want to ask around a little bit more to find out maybe more about what's known about him before we decide to go bugging him. If he's the impatient type, we don't want to get on his bad side.
Right, that's what I'm thinking too, and I don't really have a reason. If I can get him to come to the door, just to say,
I mean,
just wanted to say hi, fellow wizard, he might slap me in the face.
I don't know,
I
I
would
mean-
if I were him.
I don't know much about them with the wizarding people. Is there kind of like a professional courtesy thing that you could rely on to get them to talk to you, or is that not how wizards work with one another?
We're a pretty mistrustful lot, I think, for the most part.
Oh, I guess that doesn't work then. Oh well.
Well, I don't think so, James, unless there's something I don't know
No,
about.
especially evil ones. You're thinking the first pot that comes to mind is like liches and how they don't really like to have anybody come by. So, yeah, interrupting a wizard without actual business, you may become part of an experiment.
Yeah, probably best if we just leave that alone. With the last vestiges of this detect magic, though, he'll wander through these stalls down here and see if anything stands out. Whether or not the owner knows what it is.
Oh, I'm sorry, say that again. I was typing out names of these things. I'm sorry.
With the last couple minutes of his detect magic here, he's going to wander around the carts down here and see if
Okay.
there happens to be anything that stands out.
Roll of D100. Percentage chance of anything being magical there.
Not very.
Nothing here, no.
I figured. It was worth a shot.
You can tell that the guy who's running the place has a magical knife on him.
So, is that just Adam's tongue-in-cheek, or is that called the Pearl Necklace Inn?
Oh. It's not far from what it's called, so you go ahead and leave it there if you want. Once you get in and talk to someone, you'll find out the reason for the name.
I like it. Grovel, hump, and a dump. Now we're just getting silly.
I didn't do that. So, all right. So the kids are...
That one is a tavern and the other is a brothel?
Yes, so the kids are rattling off what all the things are, which is why we're filling in the map now. The little girl is now that you're her side of the town. She tells you that there's a healer up there they can take care of. These guys up there at the top, their name's on the building, but they call themselves as Zentarum. They have to do with military units. They seem like a protection racket, hired caravans and stuff.
Ooh, I heard about those guys. They're not great.
And that's all the buildings, I think. All but the little half buildings. Cool.
Adam, I liked hump and dump. You're welcome to leave it that.
Yeah.
And someone left a little line for Odo to file when he gets back on the map.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on the iron place.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I'll just drag your dude over. I wonder why they're not going both directions. I'll have to test that. All right, well, if I just take your...
Actually, at the very top of the map, to the north of the Thieves Guild HQ. What is that one?
Oh, there are a couple up there. Hold on, let me drag Odo onto the right map. I think this will work. Did that work?
Yes.
Yay!
Thank you.
The very top building up there is a warehouse. Billy tells you that it belongs to the Thieves Guild. And that last...
Go ahead.
The last building is the Knockers, which is the name of the police here.
Oh, they've got police. There is some honor amongst thieves.
He tells you, well, you met some of them. That's the guys over there by the river.
Yeah, that's Derek and his crew. I assume they work for Grandma to kind of keep the peace here.
Yeah, well, for Driegel. Driegel takes care of the town and makes sure that Grandma's happy with the way things are going. Not Grandma, but I mean Auntie is.
Auntie. And Driegel is working for Auntie, yeah?
Yes,
And then Auntie takes orders from the dragon whenever she has something, which is very rare. She has nothing really cares about us here.
Is that who burnt the town down?
No, that was a big red one. That's what they told me. And then she killed him.
Ooh, that must have been interesting to see.
That's what they say. That was years ago, though. I wasn't even born yet.
Wait, so it's been what? It's been what, like almost a decade, and I haven't fixed any of the buildings yet.
Yeah, exact. The girl left. Yeah, they're not so big on fixing things here. There's a problem is that towns like this, they sort of get blown up once in a while. Some lord will get all excited and get all rumbled up and then come rolling in and take care of everything. So they don't spend a lot of time fixing stuff. They just move to the next town.
We've heard that, isn't there some sort of fighting arena around here?
Yes, it's about maybe a mile outside of town out in the woods.
Got it.
What happens there?
Every Friday, that's where they settle disagreements. That's what they say, the big folk do.
Hey James, what's today?
Wednesday.
And do they only fight on Fridays, or is...
As far as I know.
So, Orden will have Lil and Bill step aside and make sure to say be nice to each other now. So they're out of earshot, and then kind of call a huddle and just say, let's, now that we know a bit about the town, we know that we can't enter this arena for a day and a half at least. What are our goals here?
Well, do you want to... I kind of look around. I assume this is basically, there's people moving around the market, buying vegetables, everything else.
There's not many people in this town. You never see more than a handful of folks on the street here. You do see troop motions coming into town, though. Now that it's getting closer to dusk, you can see that there's folks coming in from the south and stuff. Looks like maybe there's encampments around the city where some folks keep their troops and then only send in people at night or something.
All right.
I had mentioned I brought us into a huddle, like away from ears too. That's why I sent the kids.
You want to have this discussion now out in the street?
Orden pointedly looks around and says, unless you want to suggest something else, like...
Yeah, the closest people you can see is there's one in each of those little bins or whatever you call them, the little market stalls near you. And then there's a group of people hanging out there by the front of the stable. There's some little tables and chairs and stuff you can see out front there. And then there's one guy leaning against the front of the Pearl Inn.
So a bunch of people who can see our lips.
You could, I guess there's a wizard tower between you and the people on the stable. But yeah, the other folks could. The guy against the Pearl Inn.
Cool.
I like Pearl Necklace, so I think I'm going to go with that.
So I see. We got what? A day and a half before we have the option to take the one choice. So let's say we spend some time looking around and see if we can find if there's another choice.
Sounds good to me. Do we want to take up residence at the Pearl Necklace there, or back where we came in?
Creekside, actually, I thought it'd be a dump, but it actually looks like kind of a nice place. I kind of want to see what the Weeping Willow looks like on the inside, though, before we pick. Unless did they say the Weeping Willow is just a tavern, or is it an inn as well?
They said it was a place of, where a lot of conversation happens. So.
You dismissed the kids yet?
No.
Nope. They're standing over in this area, I'm assuming, trying not to argue with one another.
So Billy tells you that the Weeping Willow has rooms, but you have to bid on the floor. And that's all he does, is every day he takes bids, and the highest bid at dusk gets the second floor.
The whole second floor?
Yeah, that's all he does. He just rents out the whole second floor at one price.
Okay.
Willow it is.
Wait, what? All right.
Well, or the Pearl Inn. I don't know.
If you
I
want to
really
go,
want to stay at that first place.
Really? Why?
Well, because first of all, old Scales McRosnar's buddy is there,
Unless Rosnard got a small army with him, I think he and his scaly friend have got more to be worried about us than the other way around right now.
Okay.
I don't think it matters. Actually, my good question is why isn't he at the Pearl Inn? Why are they staying in a cheaper place?
Rosnar's a cheapskate.
I don't think that's true. I think you still got some of his tapestries and candlesticks in that bag somewhere, and they're pretty nice. The only reason we haven't pawned them is because they're too identifiable. And when he said that, he looks over at the other two, at the other two new people, and realizes what he said, and just keeps going, pretending like he didn't just say all those things.
Well, I'm thirsty. I'd say let's go into the Pearl Necklace and have a pint.
Sure, might as well at least see everything.
Agreed, though. I did not mind the first place we stopped, and I would be interested to check out the Willow too. I could see some advantages to have an entire floor, but that sounds awfully expensive.
Yeah, we'll have to find out how much the bidding's going to be tonight.
It'll be about 2 hours from now is when they'll take their bids.
All right.
Just enough time for a little attitude adjustment, eh, Thorin? He goes to elbow you in the ribs and instead catches your thigh.
Plank right on the plate.
Let's say he goes to rib you back, but it'd be right in your forehead.
Donk.
Someone travel back out into the other one and see if it works. Just out of curiosity.
I can see my token, but everything else is black.
I
Someone
just
just
went
switched
back
back?
outside. Yeah.
Hey, cool.
Yeah. Correct. I traveled back outside.
My
but now-
token isn't here, but I got back.
All right. So once I got outside, everything was basically dark as if it was explore mode. But when I moved my token, everything went back to normal.
And this is the one we tested out.
I don't even see my
Yeah,
token.
figures, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, there it
you don't
is.
even see your token?
There
Oh,
we
okay.
go.
Yep, move my token. It worked. Good call.
Okay, well, the one we tested worked.
Yeah.
Probably knows all about that being in the software industry. We got 25 things. Let's test one of them. Hey, that one worked. They all must work now. All right, so you guys are in front of this place then. This is a nice inn. It you can see a clerk inside, some lady hanging out there as well. Not much going on otherwise. Looks pricey. Nicer than anything you've stayed at. Well, no, that nice inn that was up in the rich area of Saltmarsh was like this one.
So there's a exterior stairs up to the second floor as well as an interior stairwell, right?
Correct. So the clerk's there. Welcome, welcome. Are you gentlemen all looking for rooms?
Looking for a drink now.
Oh, well, I could recommend you a place, but we don't do food or drink here, unfortunately, just rooms.
Well,
But
go ahead, sorry.
oh, I was just going to say behind the place. Just walk around behind the joint, you'll find Jake's place. Fantastic tavern. One of the reasons we didn't bother to open one.
Convenient.
Fair enough.
If you are looking for a room, though, rooms here are 2 gold a night per bed.
Good to know.
I'm just going to go back to the
Are we
overview
heading
map.
to the tavern?
Yeah, I think we have to leave this map to hit the other one.
Oh, it looks like it's working. I see my camera screens all changing.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll just have to test it, that's all. We'll get it all working by the time we figure out how to move to the next one. The next game system over on Foundry, though, is we can make transparent floors, so when you go up on a balcony, you can actually see everybody down below, walking around and doing their things. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That'll be fun.
Is Rakir like bow-legged?
Sorry.
I just saw you kept going basically like up one, down one, up one, down one.
He's already drunk. And Thorin, you're going to have to move off that little square, I think. Did you go back inside the inn again, Thorin?
No, I clicked off. I'm actually in the Jake's place now.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess I'll go down there. So Jake's place is a nice-looking tavern. The inside, though, it's interesting, is you don't find the dredges that you normally find in bars. You don't find the drunken guy over in the corner or the so forth. There's not a shifty-looking folk, but there are some rather wealthy folks here, as well as some people who look to be hardened adventurers.
Yeah,
A couple of them are a little spooky.
Since this is close to the Pearl, I'm assuming this is basically where the rich people go to drink, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
Gordon's gonna identify the bouncer as he walks in. Take note.
So, and Lil lets you know as you guys are about to head in, goes, now the guys here, don't get any fights here. I mean, don't get in fights anywhere in town, but if you get in fights here, it's gonna get ugly. These guys are mean. They're really, really tough. And Jake, I think Jake likes it to happen. I swear he really gets into the fights, and so just you don't want to be here late at night. When the people get drunk, it gets ugly. Daytime's fine though.
Are they gonna give Billy any trouble?
Goes, oh no, I get a commission every person I bring in.
Well,
And then she
Billy's
stops
from
and
the-
realizes she wasn't supposed to say something. Oh, Billy's the other one. Yeah,
Billy
Billy.
from the other side of the tracks.
No, we're allowed over here. We just don't get any food or anything. We're allowed, but we're not
tonight.
welcome.
Well, you will tonight, boy.
Oh. He sticks his tongue out at the girl.
We'll march in the door with them in tow.
Okay, a nice tavern full of people chit-chatting away. There's as you can tell, that some of the folks there look a little bit spooky. There's a lady with red hair over there who might be a druid of some sort, but there's this weird cloud type thing going around her and magic pulsing, and most people are just keeping a good distance away from her, but unfortunately she sat right by one of the hallway areas. And otherwise, just rough folks and some rich folks.
She has what
Procure
going on now?
takes this corner seat.
The lady in green with red hair has some sort of weird aura that's pulsing around her there as she's sitting there eating.
Can I give you an arcade roll and see if I can determine what it might be?
Sure. Well, I guess I can turn that off. There's no more fighting going on here. Oh, all right. Well, I'll have to come up with it. I'll let you know. I'll get back to you on that one. But at least it'll help you identify what type of mage she is. You know, though, by this spell, whatever it is, and I'll find one, that she has to be, in Metaspeak, at least 14th or 15th level necromancer.
Okay, so that makes that decision. I'll hang out over here with Rakir instead of approaching the big, mean, evil magic user.
Yes.
So where's this necromancer?
That's the lady in green with red hair.
Nice
Okay.
hair. As he walks by.
Yes.
Where's
We'll
Odo?
make a. Yeah. Oh, he's outside again
Oh,
somewhere.
Oh no, he's here. He's just up by the door. James, I'm kind of getting in where I fit in. Can we assume that we're all at a table or a couple tables though?
Yes. Yes. The magic user though stops Mal as you walk by after you say nice hair or whatever. She stops, looks at you, looks you up and down, gives you a wink, says, "I'm staying at the Pearl. Tell them that Heather said it's okay to come up."
Hey,
Oh,
I'm Mal. Lamb. Nice to meet you.
she likes the little guys.
Hello, Malam.
Well, being a necromancer, you don't get a lot of lot of
Your
connections.
options are limited. Fair enough.
He'll take a look at what she's drinking, and then when he goes and sits down, he'll order one for her.
Okay.
Well, she was really nice.
I think if you go to the Pearl tonight, she'll be a little more than nice to you, boy.
You think?
I think.
He gives you a wink.
You might not wake up in the morning, but it'll be a hell of a night.
I imagine this is a funny scene at the bar here because it's Odo. Sorry, not Odo. It's Orden and two kids.
Yes, the little kids. Well, they're used to the kids around here, though. The kids all sit by the fireplace by the front door.
No, two extremely attractive kids.
Yes, they are.
Clear.
Little children that would look like they belong in an Abercrombie model or something. So not much here otherwise. The Orden, you happen to catch the necromancer. Malice has her back to her at this point, and she's sort of has a hungry look as she's looking at him. You don't know if it's a sexual thing or something else, but you do fear for Mal in this situation either way.
Can I make an insight check?
Go for it.
I'm not terrible at these, I guess. Not great. Oh, hey.
Oh, fucking A.
Okay, she is hot for Mal. Mal pushes all her buttons.
That is beautiful. Mal just hears Orden start cracking up over in the corner, like just rolling, tears coming out of his eyes. And he looks up and he catches your eye and he just starts laughing even harder.
Rakir looks down.
Mal looks at himself
Orden,
like, what?
Orden, are you okay? Did something funny happen that I wasn't aware of?
He's trying to get it out through in between the laughs, and he eventually laughs himself out, wipes a tear, and he's like, creepy back there. Has it in for Mal. Like, bad. He says it, obviously whispers it under his breath.
Oh, good for him.
Does that aura around her look like obviously necromantic? Or no?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, it is gonna be necromantic.
Oh. Oh, so,
But
Yeah.
romantic and necromantic.
so Willem's like, she's creepy, is she? Is that how it is?
So is she real though? I mean, he does have the helm on still.
She is, yes. She is actually there, and looks like she's not an attractive person, but actually she's good looking but scary, and so that reduces the charisma type of thing.
Yeah. Well, she's got nice hair.
She has nice hair, yes, and she's not that big.
Orden will obviously tell Mal, I am quite sure she has it bad for you, boy.
Oh, nice. Well, maybe we'll have some fun tonight. Are we staying at the Pearl?
Well,
I guess maybe you are from the sounds of it. That is fucking awesome. I mean, I don't kink shame. That's not what I'm about. It just never occurred to me that it would exist in the D&D world too.
Yeah, well, I rolled a d20 and got a 20, so that was the situation.
All right.
Okay.
Do I recognize the holy symbol that the cleric has on? Is it one of the more common deities?
Yes. It's going to be a common deity. I haven't figured out what it is yet, but a common deity for like adventurers and travelers.
Timora?
oh, you know what, James?
Hmm.
This is
Oh, I
a
guess-
great question to ask in this place. Is the necromancer the strongest person here according to the dagger?
No, the bartender
Who
is.
Oh,
The
It's
old
always the bartender.
the old retired 20th level whatever.
Exactly. It's that trope.
we're like kittens walking into a lion's den.
All right, I'm going to have Willie go over and spy very very subtly on the cleric and the ranger to see what they're drinking, and then Willem will basically go by the one of each of those plus a wine, take it over to the cleric and ranger looking people, and start talking to them, trying to basically pull up information, just schmoozing, trying to find out information about the town and about anything that would fit their cover story. Any work for adventurers, as well as information about Gnawbones and what the dragon's doing, and about the arena. Just trying to basically get a more detailed info about the town that doesn't come from the kid's perspective.
So the cleric looks over at you. She has a very distant look in her eyes as she's talking to you, and she's where we traveled into this town about I'd say, what do you say, about twice a year, dear? Oh yeah, twice a year, he says. Some regular cities are plenty good and stuff, but we find this one, even though some of the folks here are a little bit undesirable. And he goes, yeah, I'd kill them if I saw them on the street outside of town. She says, well, yeah, that's you, dear, but not all of them are that way. She says, but it's a nice place, and you can get what you need, and no one messes with you. Good place for a stop off when you're heading on up the long road.
Oh, now we heard there's some stuff to be had if you fight in the arena. Have you two ever done that?
I haven't, but he has. Well, I didn't do it on purpose. I got caught stealing, and so they threw me in there as a penalty, and I had to fight my way out.
Really? What kind of things do they usually have you fight in there? How dangerous is it? You got out alive.
Well, usually you fight the people that you wronged. And if that person doesn't feel up to it, they can actually call in someone in their team, in their troops. So you can have a stand-in.
So you can kind of pay for a champion to fight in your stead, huh?
Yes. So I took out 2 of them. And I got to keep what I took.
Oh, that's pretty good. Did you talk to Auntie afterwards? I heard she'll give you an audience if she likes the cut of your jib when you're fighting.
You can see her there. She's up there watching up there in the tower. But no, I've got no business with the hag.
Huh. And
But if you want to talk to the dragon, you have to go through the hag. The only way to get to the dragon is through the hag.
Yeah, Willem sort of leans over his drink and says, "Yeah, that's what I heard. They got a real dragon here. Never have you heard of that before?
Well, this one will pay you. This one will pay you. She runs the place, sort of, I guess. I mean, as much as a king does, or a queen in this case.
How are they going to pay me if they won't let me in to talk to them? What if I got some business to talk to with them?
Then you tell Dreagle. And if Dreagle thinks it's important, he'll tell Auntie. And if Auntie thinks it's good enough to talk to the dragon, you can see the dragon.
Don't know if I heard some stuff about Dreagle. I heard maybe I don't want to have to deal with him. He says, looking kind of uncertain.
He's a fair man as long as you don't get on his bad side. He likes sweets, the woman says. Absolutely goes crazy for sweets.
Oh, I heard he takes care of the street children too. Is that true?
Yes, and pretty much everything else. Those kids, I think they work for him a bit, and I think the birds do too. The guy says.
Oh, he's some sort of magician then?
Something like that.
Huh. Who would have thought? What's the word around the street about that wizard's tower? We're hearing that he just sort of showed up one day.
Some people have even tried to look in it, but it's solid rock. There's nothing in it.
Oh wait, they just looked in the windows and it's just like one big thing of rock.
No. Someone sent something through it. This glowing ball something they had, and they went through it. And a couple of others have done some other types of probing. Magic users and stuff. Looking. But no, he's not even there, it seems. It's just a solid, big old phallus in the middle of the city.
Huh. But the wizard's up there?
Well, he comes out of it.
I guess he just got a room at the top and the rest is just solid stone. How curious.
Must be.
Huh.
He's good enough, though. If you've got business and coin, he's one of those types, so at least he'll listen before he kills you.
But if you're living up there at the top of that stone dick, how do you get his attention if you want to do business with him?
Oh, God knows, I don't want to talk to him.
I mean, I figured maybe you heard something.
No, I think the only one who's ever done anything with him is maybe that blacksmith.
All right.
And she goes, and the gnome at the distiller. Oh yeah, the gnome.
No, gnome at the distiller. All right. Maybe they'll know how to contact him. We got some stuff maybe we want to ask him about, see if he wants to hire us. Speaking of that, you know of any work? We're all here looking for jobs. So.
Oh, there's always plenty of work in here. You talk to the Zent if you want to do some fighting. You talk to the thieves if you wanted to go and do some grabbing. And if you just want to do some general mayhem, just hang out over there in the Willow and talk to any of the crews that come in through there. They're always looking for help.
Oh, a lot of rowdies meet up and take jobs at the Willow.
Yeah, that's a good place to start.
All right, what's mighty helpful of you. If if you all need a little bit of help, come see us while we're still in town. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Salute him with his drink and saunter back over to his table.
Good luck and thanks for the drinks.
Yep, sure thing. And I take it they don't ask how I knew what they drank before I came over.
Nope.
All right. We'll quote unquote will attempt to basically disseminate all this information back to the party over the rest of their stay here, so that everyone knows what's going on, particularly about getting in contact with the wizard to Ordon, since he seemed interested in that. And also the fact that Deagle likes sweet, so if we want to kind of maybe try and finagle a meeting with him to try and impress him instead of fighting in the arena, we'd want to bring sweets if we have anything like that. I'd imagine he's tried everything in town, so we'd have to come up with something more inventive.
Did you mention the gnomish distiller?
Yeah, like I said, I tell everyone everything. So yeah,
Okay.
you know that the blacksmith and about the gnomish distiller is as basically a way to basically get to the wizard.
Ordon's eyes sparkle and he asks Bill and Lil, where is this gnomish distiller located?
Oh, 2 buildings up. The distillery.
Definitely have to swing through there. It looks like Lamb is going over to chat up the necromancer, correct?
Yeah, he
That-
ordered 3 drinks and
As he does, 3 drinks.
well, yes, one with a straw, and he puts it next to Thorin and says, "This is so big he can drink too," and then saunters over to.
Thumbs up.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Saunters over to Heather as he does. He passes by Ord.
As Mal is approaching her, Ordon will do a couple things. Using prestidigitation, he's gonna make just a slight aroma of like cologne near Mal as he walks up to her, and he's also going to cast guidance on him.
Nice. Hell of a wingman. Way to go.
Excellent. Oh,
Everybody needs a wizard for a wingman.
heck yeah.
So you get over to the wizard, the necromancer chick who's there, who's watching you walk up. Actually, as you turn around, you see her eyes have been on you all along as you've been walking.
And changing clothes.
Yeah. Well, she's already undressed you most of the time in her mind, anyhow. And as you come up to this lady, then she smiles and reaches out for the glass and then freezes, and her eyes roll up into her head. You just see the whites of her eyes. And a voice comes out of her mouth and goes, "Pain! So much pain! Death comes! Death comes! Death comes! Stop the ritual! Stop! Death! Stop the ritual!" And then their eyes go back to normal, and she looks at you. "Are both of those drinks for me, or are you one of these for you, dear lamb?"
Do you mind if I sit?
Please, please.
Do the rest
Not
of us
even
hear this?
phased.
Need a
Do you
man
have-
who's not phased at all.
Do you have a little pain?
"Oh, I'm feeling a little bit of pain, a little bit of warmth," she says. But you have an idea that maybe you're talking about different things.
Yeah. He shrugs it off, sits down.
So she starts plying you with She starts plying you with all the same questions. Who are you? What do you do for a living? Do you work out? Type of things.
Oh yeah, he'll go into it, back and forth,
Okay.
the whole small talk.
Anybody else want to react to the to the sounds that came out of the necromancer?
Ordon,
We do hear this, though. It's correct. Just
Yes,
for-
everybody does, because she actually shouts it. Most people in the bar all look around at her, but when she goes back to talking, they all go back to their business real quick, nervously look down and don't pay attention anymore.
I'm actually after I hear that, I'm actually studying the bartender's reaction.
Go for it. Make a insight. That'll work. The bartender has been very visibly shaken. It looks like he's not scared, but he's definitely worried. You see him start putting glasses away and tidying. It looks like he's tidying things up, like maybe he's getting ready to close.
Is it closing time so soon?
Well, you don't know. You can make an insight roll if you want.
No, okay.
It'd be lower because you don't have the insight on it. But
All right. Willem's going to kind of slide up to the bar and basically ask for a refresh on his drink. And then when it comes, he's going to just kind of like lean over conspiratorially, being like, "Hey, man, what, what, what was that?
I don't
Sweet
think
time
I
war?"
know.
I mean, to the
yeah,
bartender.
the bartender. Well, she ain't wrong when she says comes like that. Something's coming. Something's coming for you all.
Wait, what? What? Why us? You mean
Lord
us
knows
or?
you. Well, do you got a beef with someone that deals with dead and demons?
I mean, not recently. I mean, I don't think ever, but
He chuckles on that one. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a reunion then. As far as I can tell, as it sounds like, is that there's some sort of ritual out there and somebody's summoning up something special for you all, and you've got about 30 minutes.
well, that's oddly specific. Thank you, DM
There's only
Mouthpiece.
one man we know that does this in 30-minute increments.
Yeah.
Does Orden hear this exchange?
Yeah. The guy chuckles on that one. He says, well, I figure that he probably got a jump on the circle, and he's been doing the summoning for about an hour. And he starts going to the math, and you can tell that this guy's dealt with demons and worshippers and wizards for quite a while as he's rattling off all the time components. And that's till I come about 30 minutes, give or take 5.
So, just as a matter of professional courtesy, would you prefer if we left the establishment before this all goes down?
Oh, absolutely.
Can I have 3 more drinks?
Well, hold on. He looks around. He looks around his folks. He goes, no, actually, you're welcome to stay. I think it would be interesting.
No. He sort of like gives him sort of like a little smile. Does that mean you're going to help?
Help? No, not at all.
Are we allowed to break things?
Absolutely. Have fun with it.
All right.
You know, I've got a mansion
Do you have any tips for fighting demons, real quick?
in Saltmarsh.
He's over there talking to 2 of them. Oh, do you? Mansion. I knew a great gentleman, an alchemist who lived there in a mansion outside of Saltmarsh.
Oh shit.
And so the other folks here start leaving. These folks here, they're overhearing the conversation. And he's like, yeah, dear, I think it's about time we get going. And she slams her drink down, and he just leaves his, and these 2 start walking out.
You're always talking about killing shit.
All right, Willem's going to look kind of grumpy at that and basically slide over 10 platinum to the barkeep. It's like, here. That's a deposit for the furniture.
Oh, no. He chuckles. No, don't worry about the furniture.
All right.
I've got this clutch of brownies I happen to get a hold of, and they do come by every dawn and repair anything that's broken.
Oh, that's use. You mind if I take a look upstairs for a sec?
No, it's not much up there. Balcony in my room.
You know what? I've got a great idea.
But feel free to use the look around. Know your ground. Know where you have to fight.
Do you have anything heavy?
He points at the Dragonborn.
Damn it.
And he chuckles. Those kegs over there, but they're not very sturdy. Each one of them has to weigh at least 250.
Do the
That will be perfect, and I'm going to start dragging them up the stairs.
Did the cleric and
Okay.
ranger head out?
They're going to be as well.
Okay, so is the necromanceress leaving?
And then the lizardman said, no. I said, is
She-
that going to go back?
No, the necromancer doesn't appear to be noticing anything besides Mal. The 2 of them, she's just leaning on her arms forward on her head on her elbows as she's just listening to him talk.
All right. Willem will lean over to Orden and be like, "Hey, I forget. You've used yeah, you have. I'm getting my campaigns confused here. Be like, hey, you know that big bubble you can toss up when we spend the night outside?
Oh, yes.
Can you do that before the surprise gets here?
Certainly.
That'll make it a little bit easier. Even if some of them get inside of it, we'd take them out quick. But then the rest of them can't get to us. We could deal with them at the leisure. How's that
Hey,
sound?
Thorin.
Aye.
Is Sorry, I
'Cause-
didn't mean
'cause
to
you-
interrupt Nasir.
Because you can do that without taking any of your juice for today, right? If you got
Yes,
time.
sir.
All right. All right. That's my plan. We put that up, and then I guess we're gonna have to fight.
Want me to put it up right here in the common room? There's enough room.
Yeah, I'd say that's good. Not upstairs, but a balcony, and I guess the private room. We don't want to try and trash his room. That'd be impolite. Even the brownies would fix the furniture.
10-foot radius, 20-foot diameter. James should probably fill up this room pretty
Yeah.
well.
Pretty well.
As Orden starts casting, he tells whoever's in the room essentially what's going to happen. If you want to be able to get in and out of this thing, creating a barrier, you have to be in it when I cast it. You can go either way. If you want to get out of it now, that's fine, but you can't get in later.
Mal stands up and walks over, and that's when I met Sarah Lily.
Her eyes up. The goddess.
Yeah, she's really nice, by the way. I mean,
Yeah.
I was kind of awestruck a little bit.
I imagine she'd be quite nice when you're invited. You should see what happens when you just show up, though.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Did you do that?
I did. She threw me to a very interesting world.
So James.
Hmm.
I'm dragging a bunch of kegs above this area right here. That isn't a...
Oh, not quite there. If you look on the second map or go up the second floor, it only looks over the area where you're all standing. That's a one-story tall area.
Okay, gotcha. Well then, right here at this entrance. And what's the barrier that Orden's created?
He hasn't put it up there yet, but I guess he's putting up a Leoman's tiny hut.
Yep,
Okay.
I can post it.
I'm planning on, like, Home Alone trapping them. I'm putting a bunch of kegs above them, and once they come through, we'll find we'll throw something heavy at the floor.
Okay.
Thorin, you want to throw something heavy at the floor?
Well, any other preparations you want to do over the next, we'll call it 15 minutes now?
Orden will have someone bring ale inside inside the circle.
They are all gone. The
Well,
only
you know-
person
you wanna-
left is
Well,
the
right.
bartender.
You want to
I
flip
can't
some of these
step out.
tables and use them as
These
cover?
these guys can step out though, so he'll just have like Thorin step out and grab
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple pictures.
Nasir will actually Nasir will basically go up to the second floor into like the other rafters, and basically look for spiders.
That's one should be too hard to find.
Yeah, I figured like house spiders are particularly usually everywhere. So
Yeah.
I'll get basically three house spiders, and basically, yep, and then I'm good.
I'm
Do we have
putting
any idea
the-
how flammable the alcohol in the kegs are?
Not crazy flammable. No, it's not real
I
strong.
wasn't planning on doing that. I was just planning on dropping a bunch of kegs on their heads.
Because they're probably beer because they're so big.
Damn. Thorin just smacks the powder horn on his side. I'm waiting. You just say the word.
Orden says, "Damn it! We should have
So
got a bottle from that distiller first."
I'm gonna get the kegs, and then I'll just
I'll
start.
figure that out.
What I want to do is when they walk in, they just see like a makeshift barricade in front of this area right here.
Are you stating this?
Am I telling this to you guys? Yeah.
Just so you know, they might not be walking in. They might simply just be kind of appearing around us.
Well, I can't account for teleportation. I can account for this.
Yep, just letting you know. They might just be on top of us before we know it. Fair warning.
And this is Oil Can. Oil Can, say hi.
I
I
knew
think
you were a mage.
Gary's still on your shoulder too.
Yeah. Oh, and this is my friend's Destroyer of Worlds. His name's Gary.
I go up to the bartender. Do you mind if I take some cooking supplies from the back?
No, help yourself.
Oh yeah.
He's just sitting there on a big keg now that's been behind the bar, and he's just sitting there, basically eating popcorn, watching.
Oh yeah.
One sec. Hey, Rakir, will you grab a bucket of water?
Sure.
Oh yeah. Since we actually have some time, Oh, that's right. But, yeah, I can do that. So basically, I'm going to basically keep a silent, because I haven't cast the other spell. I'm going to keep a silent image going of basically someone just kind of basically sitting there on the stool right there,
Okay.
just holding a beer. Just actually, it'll be an image of image of Thorin, just sitting there with his eyes closed, looking like he's sort of asleep.
All right. Well, then we're going to do a jump ahead. If you have anything you want to change, you let me know. We'll do it between the adventures. I got to quit in 2 minutes, so I'm just going to give you the heads up of where
Gotcha.
we're getting at. So, as you guys are chatting, is the necromancer inside the circle as well?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
I love that you have a 14th level necromancer inside your little hidey hole. Anyways, as you're there, the room starts getting dark. And it's like someone starts dimming lights, and it slowly gets darker and darker until it's actually sort of hard to see. And you can start hearing something land on the ceiling and scratching and screaming noises coming from above. Feel free to make Arcana rolls as something is clawing its way frantically through the rooftop.
I just spent 30 minutes dragging tables.
Sorry, man.
No, it's fine.
Eventually, the door hole gets ripped through. Nice one. Who rolled that Arcana?
Hey,
Is that Orden?
yeah. P.S. though, he did send Bill and Lil off. Gave each of them another gold.
Good call.
And in fact, just because he's poor and my heart goes out to him, he's gonna give Bill 2 more gold on the low.
All right. Oh, these all you good types are such suckers. Okay. So the whole you see a piece of the ceiling get ripped off and fly away into the bright sky outside. You can sort of see through the shadows, and there in between, looking down through straight above you, looking down through the ripped hole, is something that looks like a gargoyle, but it's made out of solid pitch blackness, and it's got this weird golden teeth that are just clawing and it's scraping away. And at that moment, you look up, Orden, and you notice that with your 24 Arcana, nice job, by the way, that you know the type of demon. You've heard of these things before. They're even hated among other demons. And it's a soul eater, one of the Nabasu. And we'll leave it at that.
Feed of the
Gordon says
box.
that out loud. Ah, shit. Fucking
And-
soul eater.
So with a 24, you know that they are resistant to cold, fire, lightning, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical. They're completely immune to poisons. They can see in the dark. And they are probably some of the hardest things to kill on the planet.
Gordon will relay all of that just as he said it to all of you.
And that's that. Okay, well, we will cut it there.
And this is Rappy.
And this is Reppy. And the necromancer looks up, and one nervous finger points up there, and she goes, "Oh, shit!"
But I'm sure the necromancer would recognize exactly what Orden did, though. So she knows she's pretty much safe in listening. This thing has a way through the
Yes. But
yeah.
she's pointing at it and looks around at you and goes, "Oh, I hope this thing's after you all and not me." And we'll cut it on that one. Well, thank you, guys. Sorry we didn't actually have any combat, but it looks like we're going to start out with one.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
just
that's
fine not
fair enough.
having any. I don't
Yeah,
need
that
a
was-
combat every day.
That was fun.
That's good information. I like it.
Awesome.
I like that.
Cool. And there's lots more clues. If you want to have them in the town, you can. You just go to business and dig around and whatever.
Yep.
What I did for clues this time is everybody has open secrets, secrets, and deep secrets. And deep secrets, I don't imagine anybody will ever find out unless you drug someone behind a building and tortured them for a half an hour. But a type
That's
of
an
thing.
option.
Yeah, this is an option. This time it would work.
Oh,
So otherwise, and we'll leave it on that one. Well, thanks, guys. I better go and get my wife before she disowns me.
Oh yeah.
Nothing
you're,
worse than
you're
leaving the
already,
nieces hanging around an airport looking.
you're already 2 minutes behind.
That's right. She was texting me that her flight's late, so we're good.
Aw.
All right.
Okay. Good luck, man.
Thank
See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you, man.